member of the CDHS Marching Band. She is very active in theater, both at and away from CDHS.
Well, those autumn leaves have begun to show their true colors, and Mother Nature has decided that it is indeed time for the air to remain crisp as we welcome in the shortening days of fall. High school football has officially crossed its halfway point, and the talk of the town continues to be those standout players and storylines of intrigue as the Friday night lights roll around. And tonight, those storylines reside in Lower Afton, where Billy Kaler's Black Knights are currently reeling after dropping its third straight and are on the hunt to snap a losing skid. Back at home for a second consecutive week, Braden Green has seen a return to form and has gotten his legs back underneath him. And the Black Knights will look to lean on a powerful rushing attack to stifle those invaders from the west as they aim to stake their claim in the confines of the Black Hole. Still searching for its first win of 2025, the Claiborne Bulldogs coming to town from New Tazewell, hoping to taste sweet victory for the first time since last year. It has been tough sledding under first-year head coach Dalton Lee, but he's hoping for a replica of last year, where the Bulldogs were on the winning side of things in this series. To up the ante even further, it's homecoming night here in Lower Afton, as you might be listening, and before the sounds of stomping hooves echo through the Black Hole, the Bulldogs and the Black Knights ready for battle underneath an October crescent moon. Regent standing on the line, homecoming crowd beginning to thrum the castle. Two teams looking for a much-needed victory. What more could one ask for as we kick off the new month? Sit tight as full pregame coverage begins next, and we take you around the region, hear from coaches, highlight the area's top players and storylines, and get you ready for Chuckey-Doak Claiborne in the Bachman Bernard Game of the Week presented by Tommie's Plumbing. It all starts right here on First Horizon Green Sports Zone.
Green Sports Zone, in partnership with First Horizon Bank, presents the Bachman Bernard Green Sports Zone TV Game of the Week, presented by Tommie's Plumbing. Brought to you by Bachman Bernard Chevy Buick GMC Cadillac. At Bachman Bernard, they go the extra mile to see you smile. By Tommie's Plumbing. If you got a leak, let Tommie take a peek. The Marathon Quick Stop Markets. Run in when you run out. CNC Custom Trailers, where you're more than just a customer, you're a neighbor. Gateway Ford Nissan. Buy local and save thousands at Gateway Ford Nissan. D&D Garage Door Supplier. Reliable, trustworthy, and opening doors for you every day. Casper's Wrecker Service. Providing quick towing to East Tennessee since 1992. Open 24 hours a day. Tusculum Body Shop since 1963. Come see them for all your auto body needs. Main Brand Hair Company. Go experience the Main Brand difference. Food City. Value every day. The Terry Law Firm. The Terry Law Firm fights for you. Small town firm, big city know-how. Terry's Flooring. Add value to your home by seeing Popsy and his team. The 107 Tire Center, your neighborhood tire and auto experts. The IHOP at the TA Travel Center, exit 36 in Bayleton. 70 and Summer Coin Laundry, Greenville's first in-class laundromat. State Representative David Hawk, proud, unwavering conservative leadership. Bayleton Drug Company, where you're a neighbor, not a number. Heritage Community Bank, making a difference for their customers.
And we welcome you back to the Black Hole homecoming night here from Lower Afton. The homecoming court being announced as we speak. Derek Charlton, Matthew Plaza here with you, elevated field side as we await to hear our senior homecoming queen. Scott Anthony, our cameraman, showing you the images for tonight. We thank you for joining us as we enter in our pregame coverage as we take a full look around the region, take a look at some matchups, both local and out of region as well. But more importantly, we preview tonight's clash between the Black Knights and the Bulldogs. Pivotal matchup in Region 1 3A. Black Knights, losers of three straight. Claiborne looking for its first win here in 2025. Derek, obviously a program you and I both share a lot of respect and admiration for, both Chuckey-Doak alums. Homecoming night, what does that do if you're a player or maybe even just a spectator coming back to the Black Hole? So many emotions surrounding our matchup here tonight.
Yeah, I think it means a little bit more this game. You might not be playing the big rival in the county or anything like, a South Green, West Green, North Green. You might not be playing them. But for homecoming, it's one of those bragging right games. Yeah, we won in homecoming. We might have had a rough stretch of games. Like you said, they have losers of three straight. You got Claiborne coming out here that's 0-5 right now. They're having a tough season as well. Both teams need to get a win here to get on the right foot. But for Chuckey-Doak, it means a little bit more because it is homecoming night here.
Claiborne coming off a loss against Gatlinburg-Pittman, where they dropped one 56-8. And with the exception of that 18-14 loss to Johnson County, Claiborne has not put up a lot of points. They've been on the wrong side of several lopsided losses. Through 5 games, the Bulldogs have been outscored 212-28. And then you look at Chuckey-Doak, after starting the year hot 3-0, they've since dropped 3 straight, currently on a 3-game slide. And today, just an opportunity to get back on track, I think, for Coach Taylor's crew. But it's going to take a new level of effort from that Black Knight bunch over there, and maybe a new lean on the ground game. And as we continue out these homecoming festivities, we'll get you the senior princess, or the freshman, sophomore, junior princess, as well as the senior queen. We're going to get you all of that. But you take a look at this matchup. A year ago, Claiborne wins at 39-13. But it's a series, I think, in which Black Knights have kind of ruled it, especially in recent memory. 25th all-time meeting between the two schools. Chuckey-Doak leads the all-time series 13-11. But just homecoming matchup, it just ups the ante a little bit. I think a little bit more eyeballs are on it. What does that do for the team, for Coach Taylor, and all these kids? I mean, it just means more tonight, I think.
Yeah, I totally agree. I mean, yes, we have homecoming night, and we just went over that. But you look at just both teams, this means a lot more. This game is a game that they can get on the right foot entering in to the latter part of the season, which is crazy to think about. Crazy to think about. We're already in October. Football season almost over with already, and that's crazy to think. But right now, Chuckey-Doak is now looking for the option to get back in that win column. And, they dropped some tough ones. They lose to Unicoi. They lose to South Green. Johnson County in a thriller, from what I've understood. And, this is a big game, big spot here for Chuckey-Doak. For Claiborne, you're just wanting to get some kind of momentum built to enter into the latter part of the season.
Chuckey-Doak on its second leg of a 3-game homestand. They'll need to win at least 2 of their next 3 to remain in playoff conversation. You lose tonight, you pretty much put yourself in the back seat, and you got to lean on some other teams needing to win to put you in. And as Mr. Lee Porterfield announces, the freshman princess, and Skyly Randall wins the freshman homecoming princess honors. Just talk about that, too. The urgency needed after dropping 3 straight. You need to get a win today, obviously, but it's just a little bit more urgent after dropping your first 2 region games and needing to get the first region win of the year here tonight.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about it. This region is not easy. We talked about it the first week when we was up here for North Green Chuckey-Doak. This region is not easy for Chuckey-Doak whatsoever. So when you got an opportunity to get a win, you're going to have to take it. It hurt to lose to Unicoi, but that was a tough team to come into anyways. So for Chuckey-Doak right now, you have to look ahead. Don't look back. Don't say, man, we should have won against these teams like this. It was really close. Now you got to look ahead and say, okay, we got region play in front of us. We need to get some wins here. This is a big game, not just for our postseason hopes. And I believe Chuckey-Doak is going to kind of understand the intensity that this game is going to hold here tonight.
A couple other matchups going on across local matchups here tonight and across the region. Of course, South Green traveling to Cumberland Gap. You got Greenfield-Cherokee in a big matchup, surprising matchup, I think, to some. It's going to be a televised game on WCYB. And, of course, Ron and his crew are going to have the call on WGRV. And then you got West Green, Gatlinburg-Pittman in a seemingly lopsided affair as the Buffaloes host the Highlanders out of Gatlinburg. But that South Green Cumberland Gap game for me is probably the biggest one out of those 3 mentioned. And then you got North Green traveling to Jellicoe as well. That should have some implications in Region 1 Single A. But across the region, some other matchups, or maybe the ones we've already touched on that draw your eye here on a Friday night.
I think the Greenville-Cherokee game draws my eye. And you might say, why? Because both teams are coming in hot. Cherokee's looking really well this season. Greenville's looking dominant as always. So to me, that game right there kind of hits me really quick. And it's like, I'm going to watch the scores for that game the whole night while this football game's going on, because that's going to be a big game for Greenville. Because if Greenville drops that game, you can imagine it's going to start getting in the players' heads, so they need to take care of business here tonight.
We'll take a quick break. Return in about a minute and a half, and then we'll give you our senior homecoming queen. That's when we return here, and our Heritage Community Bank pregame show continues here on First Horizon, Great Sports Zone.
So why sit on the sidelines when you could be driving a brand new Chevrolet, GMC, or Cadillac from Bachman Bernard in Greenville? Choose from the Silverado, Sierra, Terrain, Acadia, Equinox, Trax, Trailblazer, or Blazer. And wrap yourself in elegance and style while driving a Cadillac, Lyric, or the best vehicle on the planet, the Cadillac Escalade. So don't stumble, bumble, and fumble your way with other dealers. If we don't have it, we'll get it. Make the short trip to Bachman Bernard Chevrolet GMC Cadillac in Greenville, where we will save you money.
Tommie's Plumbing has been in business for 30 years, and we're still growing because we treat our customers like family. We are proud to do any job from kitchen faucet installation to a complete home repipe. Tommie's Plumbing offers warranties on most products installed by our technicians. When the job is done, our friendly professionals make sure to clean up. We invite you to visit our new showroom in Jonesboro to see our quality products for yourself. Tommie's is the only one to call when you need a fast, reliable, professional plumber in the Tri-Cities.
Whether you ride, haul, or work, CNC has what moves you from dirt roads to job sites. We've got the gear to get you there. Hard-working equipment, helpful people, and honest advice. Whether you haul tools, toys, or livestock, CNC Custom Trailers has the equipment you need and the upgrades you want. CNC Custom Trailers, where you're more than just a customer, you're a neighbor.
And we welcome you back here to Lower Afton. Here's the homecoming court is being revealed for our very eyes. So the senior princess, Chloe Crawford, and we'll step aside here momentarily for Mr. Lee Porterfield to announce the senior homecoming queen here on homecoming night in the Black Hole. We'll step aside. Here's Lee Porterfield.
Our senior homecoming queen for the 2025 Chuckey-Doak High School homecoming court is none other than Reagan Berryhill.
Reagan Berryhill named the senior homecoming queen here on homecoming night at the Black Hole. So as we continue our full pregame coverage here in the Heritage Community Bank pregame show, Derek, let's take a listen at what Coach Monroe talked about in his interview earlier this week with our Tyler Nichols. In that matchup with the Highlanders, it's lopsided. We talked about it. Gatlinburg-Pittman undefeated, and then West Green still looking for their first win, but just a team that's steadily, getting back into things. You were there. You saw them last week in that battle of the milk can. You had that rain delay to fight through, but what did you see from that Buffaloes team a week ago?
Yeah, I mean, the rain delay obviously is going to mess with every team. You sit for an hour and 15 minutes, it's going to mess with you get pumped up, your confidence and everything. But West Green that whole game, they didn't quit. They could, South Green overmatched them, which was to be expected because South Green, it looks like a very dominant team. But West Green, they didn't quit. They didn't care that they was the overmatched team. They came out and they said, you know what, we know we're the overmatched team, but we're going to come out here and we're going to play our heart out, which is what they did. And that's why the score didn't look all that bad. 42-20, that is not a bad score for a West Green team that has struggled, and now they're going on the road to Gatlinburg-Pittman. You just want some confidence continue to get built up because they get to go in the postseason this year.
A week removed from that loss in the milk can game. Couple things that Coach Monroe talked about, and we'll get to listen to him right here in this interview with our Tyler Nichols. Here's Coach Monroe.
You've got GP coming in this week.
Yep.
Used to be in region with them, I believe, or in the same classification with them, opposite region. Hadn't really had them on the schedule much out of conference the last few years, but they're back on the schedule again. As I said before the break, one of the premier 3A programs within the state of Tennessee, ranked top 5 throughout in almost everybody's rankings. So a perennial top 5 powerhouse within the classification above you all. It'll be a tough game on the range this Friday. Yeah. Tell me what you expect.
They've got dudes at every spot. Their running backs are electric. They don't do nothing fancy. They run power, counter, buck sweep, and they just run it really, really well. And then the receivers, you don't see them drop balls. You don't see them make mistakes. You see them block out on the perimeter if they run a bubble screen or a jet. They're coached well, and they're fast. They got some dudes that can fly. Their line's not – I would say their line's not as big as Eagleton, but they're pretty good. They're really good. You don't get to 6-0 without being really good. So for us, it's I think we carry in a similar game plan of trying to limit their possessions and try to turn this thing back into a rock fight, because I don't think we can turn it into a track meet. They've got a big nose that's he's an animal. He plays with an extremely high motor. And so for us, we've got to really work at just keep getting better. That's all I want to preach to the guys this week. Let's get better. Let's work on us this week. This is one of those games when you've only got 3 region games and you've got to find 7 non-conference games. Do you play a team that's better than you, or do you travel 4 hours to find a game? And it's like, for us, it was, he called me and was like, hey, do you want to play? And I'm like, dude, not really. And then I had to call him back and be like, I literally cannot find anyone else to play on this week. So, for us, it's a game that we're a little outmanned in, but it doesn't matter. We've got to go compete. They're not going to lay down. They're not going to quit. They're not going to give it to us. So we've got to go take it. I think if we can play to the best of our ability, take care of the mistakes that we had in the South Green game, hang on to the football, keep drives alive, don't get behind the sticks, get our 3 or 4 yards of carry, limit their possessions, we can give ourselves a chance. We've had a chance in a couple games this year. We just got to figure out a way to finish and not shoot ourselves in the foot. There's nobody that wants us to be more successful than I do. But right now we're just young, and we've got a lot of work to do with these young guys. And, we'll see what happens come Friday night.
Looking for a garage door without the long wait? At D&D Garage Door Supplier of Greenville, you'll find Safeway brand garage doors delivered in just 9 business days. Why wait 4 to 6 weeks when your new door could be rolling up sooner? They're your one-stop shop with over 25 years of experience, offering doors, parts, installs, and openers, including LiftMaster motors, overheads, and side mounts. Dealers, go check them out. They've got everything you need to get the job done right. Stop by 107 Bohannon Avenue or call 423-278-0622. D&D Garage Door Supplier. Reliable, trustworthy, and opening doors for you every day.
My dad was born here in 1933. The Terry family has been around East Tennessee since that time, almost 100 years now. Over the past 25 years of my career, I've had the opportunity to represent East Tennesseans all over the country. When we say, let our family help your family, we mean that. That is something we live by here at the Terry Law Firm. You have my word that we will represent your family just like you're part of our family.
And so we welcome you back here from the Black Hole. Homecoming festivities fully underway. We got a night. We got a horseman, Derek. I mean, what more could you ask for here on homecoming night? We just heard from Coach Monroe, a team in which you saw last week in that Battle of the Milk Can. Another team that hits the road tonight, North Green. They travel to Jellicoe to face the Blue Devils. And that's a region, some might call it top heavy, but North Green, a team I saw last week, they drop a tough one to a Hampton team who came out in the power I. They ran the ball the entire way. They didn't complete a single pass all game, and all of their yardage came from the run game. They had over 300 rushing yards in that first half. But a team in North Green just looking to rebound today and get another win in the region standings.
Yeah, I mean, we've saw North Green a couple of times here on the Green Sports Zone, and they are a much improved team from 3 years ago. They got a passing game. They got a running game. The Weems twins are very good. You got the quarterback. What's the quarterback's name? Thomas Darnell.
Yeah, Darnell.
And I mean, North Green's a really good football team. So now you're going into another region game. You got to be prepared, locked in, kind of like what we were just talking about with Chuckey-Doak. drop a couple. Now you need to get back in the win column because you're getting closer to the latter part of the season. So, yeah, I'm looking for North Green to bounce back big here.
Chuckey-Doak, Claiborne set to battle here, 25 minutes away from opening kick in the Black Hole. But before we get to a full preview of tonight's game here in Lower Afton, let's take you through the words of one Coach Eric Tilson. Love Coach Tilson. Love his interviews every week as he sits down with our Tyler Nichols. Here's what Coach Tilson had to say about the matchup on the road, a lengthy road trip over to Jellicoe.
Hopping on a bus again this week, taking an even longer trip to play another blue school in the Jellicoe Blue Devils. You went up there last year, had a terrific game that came down to the wire in more than one way on offense and defense. Picked up the win last year in your first game of the region, looking to pick up another win this year in Jellicoe County. So what's it going to take on Friday night to get that done?
Every time we play Jellicoe, it does not matter what the records are. It does not matter how good either team is. It is a top ball game, and it is a crazy ball game. So I've been telling kids just to be prepared for about anything. Again, last year it came down, we had two-minute drives in that game. Like, we had to go down in a 2-minute situation, little time on the clock, to try to go win the game from there, and it came down to a 4th down to win it. 2 years ago, it came down to a 4th down, 1-score game. 3 years ago, it came down to a 2-minute drive right at the end of the game. So it's like, it does not matter what. It is a heck of a football game to watch. So I would not imagine anything short of that. So we've got to be ready to go out and go play well and go execute, because this is just one of those type of games that, like, I don't know if each team's got each other's numbers or kind of what the deal is, but it is always a fun football game.
It's a fun little rivalry here in Region 1-1A between North Green and Jellicoe. Like you said, you never know what to expect, and you know a little bit of what to expect by watching film with their offense and defense. Of course, you never know in a football game what's going to happen with those offense and defenses, but whenever you trot out there on offense and defense, what is Jellicoe going to run on both sides?
Their spread outlook on offense, they have a very athletic quarterback. They returned their best player from last year, who was an all-state kid. They try to get him the ball in space, and they do a good job of moving him around everywhere on offense, trying to find ways to get him the ball. And that's really what it kind of comes down to offensively. You try to get your playmakers the ball. So they do that. Defensively, they hop in both 3 down and 4 down, and they'll bring pressure from different places. But they kind of play a base defense. They'll kind of mix and match between cover 2 and cover 3, so they kind of hit all spectrums in terms of that. So we have to be prepared for a lot of different variations, and which require us to have good timing in terms of play calling, and guys execute and get to the right spots, and then making good decisions from there. And their scheme kind of can make it a little bit tough. They have a couple guys up front that really get after it. I don't have their names on me right now, but they got a number 70 and 58 I've seen on film make a lot of plays in the backfield, and they do a real good job. The big thing about Jellicoe, and I think it's a reason why it doesn't matter what the records are or how good the teams are, is they play really, really hard. It's not lack of effort. They get after it, and again, if you give great effort, it's kind of one of our keys to victory. You give great effort, you always give yourself a shot. When you don't have that effort, then you don't give yourself a shot. And that's one thing they do really, really well, is they play really hard, which can cause them to make some plays, even if, like, their really good years, they get really good because they compound talent on top of effort. And some years when we could be really good and they're not, it's still going to be a tight game because they give great effort. So I really respect the way that they play football and kind of how they go about their business. So that's why I say it's always a really fun game with the way they conduct it. So it's hard as a coach and hard as a team to go up and go play them. But like I said, you can respect the way that they conduct themselves and how they go about the game of football.
In Greenville, we blend beauty with Southern charm. From sharp cuts to flawless color and perfect extensions, we make dream hair real.
As milkshake experts, we deliver exclusive treatments, glosses, and pro product advice. Finish your look with nails and waxing done with care.
Relax and recharge with our signature Japanese head spa.
Come experience the Main Brand difference.
At the Main Brand Hair Company,
we wrangle your tangles.
At Marathon Quick Stop Markets, you'll find a company that realizes that our customers are our biggest assets. We are a locally owned company, proud to serve our community. So we do everything with you in mind. We clean and sanitize our stores, provide a well-lit, monitored area to keep you and your family safe. You can always expect a friendly staff and a large selection of products with weekly specials. Stop in at a nearby Marathon Quick Stop Market today.
At many dealerships, you get what you'd expect: games, gimmicks, and shady sales tactics. At Gateway Nissan in Greenville, expect the unexpected: low prices, convenient service, and a great buying experience.
Get our Gateway exclusive lifetime powertrain warranty.
No worries for life.
You deserve the unexpected. It's the #1 reason you gotta get to Gateway.
Shop online at GatewayNissanGreenville.com.
Or take the super short drive down Highway 11E to Gateway Nissan in Greenville.
And so we welcome you back as the Heritage Community Bank pregame show continues. We just heard from Coach Eric Tilson as North Green hits the road tonight to go face the Blue Devils over in Jellicoe. Still don't know where it's at. Still probably won't know where it's at for at least another season, but it is an inter-region matchup. They got two teams over in dang near Chattanooga, both Sunbright and you got Yaneka, which I think is the farthest east, and then you got to go all the way west to Sunbright and Jellicoe. Jellicoe up near Kentucky, so just a weird triangular location in that region. But anyways, Coach Tilson with his thoughts on that matchup. A team that, again, you saw last week in that Milk Can game, South Green, big victory, but Coach Jones will make it known he's just glad that it was a region game, and it upped the ante even further. It was for the County Cup. It was for the Milk Can as well. So bragging rights on the line as well as those two other added incentives. But Derek, just a force, I think, in South Green, and they continue to get better and better week in, week out. How pleased were you with the performance of South Green in that rushing attack a week ago?
Yeah, they looked unstoppable. I mean, South Green come out, guns blazing, running the football. Most teams, when you see them being absolutely dominant, they like to run the football and throw it. South Green just likes to run the football.
Well, here's Coach Jones as South Green hits the road, and they face off against Cumberland Gap today. Coach Jones.
So you got Cumberland Gap this week. It'll be your second Region 1 2A game of the season. It's kind of weird that we're in week 7 now, I think, and you're just now playing your second one. But in such a small conference, that's just the way it plays out and how TSSAA set the schedule for you. But nonetheless, taking that bus ride all the way up to Cumberland Gap to play the Panthers this week, what do you expect when you take the field on Friday?
Well, you know, they're a scrappy little team. They're young. They were last year, same team they had last year. You know, we're going to spread you out, try to throw the ball. We haven't seen a lot of, more throwing than you run it than we will this year. Maybe first game, Marshtown East like to throw it a lot. So we'll be prepared for that. But, we just got to get pressure on the quarterback. We feel like if we can get pressure on him, he may throw it up a little bit, and that's what you want. Get some turnovers. But, we got to go 1-0 this week. You go 1-0 this week, and then you for sure got a home playoff game, just whether are you 1 or 2 seed, and that's what we're playing for. Trying to win the conference championship, but at least you're at home at first week of the playoffs if you win this week. So big game this week, going up to Cumberland Gap. The way the schedule worked out, we went up there last year, but it's now the first year of this 2-year rotation. So TSSAA put us up there again, and that's fine. We'll go up there and play hard and do what we can. But it's a challenge for us on a big bus ride like that. So Cumberland Gap will bring everything they got.
I believe this is the second year now that they've been under new coaching and have kind of veered away from that chew the clock running style that they had previously. So now they're more air raid a little bit, and that's something that we had talked about last year that I think you surprised me with, because I asked if you expected anything different, and you said yes. So they're going to pass it a little bit more. That's something that you haven't seen a lot. You said Morristown East. So what are some of the formations that they're going to run on offense against you?
They'll run about 3-1. They'll run a bunch set on 3-1, and they'll run some 2-2. And again, when teams do that, they don't feel like their running game's the greatest, and that's why they got to throw it. And that's kind of what you look at. They can be capable running the ball, but haven't shown a lot of flashes of that. They're going to throw it. Quarterback is spinning a little bit. So we got to be prepared for that. He can run in a little bit. So I mean, it's always a challenge. Anybody you play, and then of course conference match that you go up and long bus rides. So we expect them to bring their best defensively. You know, they'll run a 4 front. You know, I told the coaches we prepared all week. Maybe they'll throw into a 5 or 6 front. You know, you never know. And so we prepared anything they could throw at us, and you know, we won't be surprised anything they do.
How much pressure do you think they'll bring to the quarterback and bring to the backfield?
You know, if you bring a lot, he's going to take off. So you know, I don't know if they'll do a lot of that, because you know, you got one back there, you got 29 and 10. So you know, pick your poison, depending on what you do. So you know, that's the thing about when you're not just one dimensional with one guy. You know, you can do many different things with those guys. So you know, we expect them to come out play hard. You know, they started out I think 2-0, and they're 3-3. So they have won some games. I don't think last year. I don't think they won a game. So they're already you know, won 3 more games than they did last year. So it's a better ball club. Again, same bunch they had last year. They were just so young. So we'll see what they got.
And something I want to mention before I talk about the 3 keys of the game is you go into this game coaching for something special also, because I don't know if anybody has mentioned it to you yet, but you're knocking on the door of win 100 now.
Yeah.
The win over West Green was your 99th win. So with a win over Cumberland Gap, I know the most important thing is getting that region victory to make sure you get to have another home game here on Rebel Hill in November. But you've got the opportunity to be only, I believe, the second coach in county history, and definitely the second one here at South Green, to claim 100 wins throughout your career. So for you, how special would that be?
I mean, it'd be real special. You know, it's, as far as me, I'm not big on personal accolades and stuff, but you know, I say it, I owe it all to the kids, and over the years that's played for me. You know, I can remember the very first win, very first game I coached. Coach Wright was playing for me, and so he'll be on the sideline with me. That'll be big if it happens. You know, so it's just, you know, I'm just very, very blessed. Here at South Green, you know, I was talking to Brian about it earlier. You know, I was head coach and then was assistant coach, and was lucky enough to be the head coach again. And you know, I learned so much. And I tell everybody, I was like, if you're a head coach, you need to go be assistant after you're head coach, then go back, because you learn so much how you'll do different and things you'll do. And you know, and I just appreciate the opportunity. You know, Dr. Wright, Coach Hosey didn't have to give me that opportunity. You know, COVID year, you know, I got that opportunity, and you know, and you know, and I'm sure they were leery about it because I'd already done it before. You know, so, but, you know, we've had some success here since I've been back. You know, got great coaches. I went trading for the world. You know, Coach Case does my defense. You know, Coach Burns, my offense coordinator, but Coach Wright and Coach Carter do a lot over there. And I just let these guys coach, you know, so they do, you know, they do a lot. You know, I tell them I just steer the ship, so to speak. And, but I owe it all to the boys and all that stuff, that everything that's come my way. So just very blessed to be here at South Green. That's where I've always wanted to be. You know, everybody asks me, you know, I tell at the banquet, you know, I do what I do for 3 reasons. You know, I love football, I love these kids, and I love South Green High School, and that's why I do what I do and where I do it at.
And to hit the century mark and get win number 100 and to go 2-0 within the conference, you've got 3 keys to the game that you need to carry out in order to leave Cumberland Gap with that win. So what are they this Friday night?
Well, again, special teams, you know, we do that every week. We got to win special teams battle. You know, we got to take the opportunity to score when we do, and then we got to get off the field on 3rd down, and that'll be big. And one last thing, going back to what we just talked about, one person that probably means more than anything in these wins, you know, is my wife. You know, she. We've been married 22 years, and it's funny. She still sometimes, you know, you get done at practice at 6, and Heather will say, "Why ain't you home at 6:10?" Well, honey, you know, we got to lock the door and stuff. So she's been a big supporter of mine, and she watched the first Relentless Rebels, and she's like, "Well, you do know what you're talking about." And I was like, "What?" So she tells me all the time she ain't got a clue, but I really think my wife Heather and my son Brody, you know, he's real big. He follows me around. He loves coming to games. You know, he played till he was a freshman. I broke his leg in the 7th grade. He kind of got slow, and I knew, you know, it was going to be tough on him. He said, "Dad, I think I want to hunt stuff." I said, "That's fine." You know, so he's a big fan. I mean, you know, he's a big supporter. You know, Brody's on with me on Friday night, and my wife. But I want to thank them, especially because you know, without them, I couldn't do what I do. So, but again, appreciate it, and appreciate the guys, the coverage you all do, and look forward, if we get the win this week, look forward to many more.
Whether you ride, haul, or work, CNC has what moves you from dirt roads to job sites. We've got the gear to get you there. Hard-working equipment, helpful people, and honest advice. Whether you haul tools, toys, or livestock, CNC Custom Trailers has the equipment you need and the upgrades you want. CNC Custom Trailers, where you're more than just a customer, you're a neighbor.
At Food City, we make it easy for you to shop your way. Order online and pick it up curbside. Or have it delivered straight to your door with Instacart or DoorDash. Nobody does food like Food City. And now, get it straight from our doors to yours.
Value everything, Food City.
And we're back here in the Black Hole on hand for tonight's matchup between Claiborne and Chuckey-Doak. Thought about Cumberland Gap. That's who South Green's facing off with. We just heard from Coach Sean Jones, Coach Carter, and Brian Staten with the call all the way from Cumberland Gap, an hour and a half away. Tyler Nichols, you can follow him for live updates from the Gap on a Friday night. Twitter or X, he'll have you those updates as the scores come across his board. But we turn our attention now to the matchup on hand. Claiborne, Chuckey-Doak, New Tazewell's finest. Claiborne Bulldogs looking for their first win here in 2025, Derek. Chuckey-Doak looking to snap a 3-game losing skid. We're going to get into this whole matchup, but wanted to pick your brain before we even began tonight. How important of a game is this for Chuckey-Doak to get back on track?
Yeah, 3-game losing skid is never easy for any team in any sport, especially in football, especially when you're getting into region play. Chuckey-Doak needs a big win here, and this game tonight will be a big monumental win to help them get a little bit of confidence coming back into the region. Chuckey-Doak, this is a big spot for them to be in. If they lose this one, you feel like their confidence is completely shot. But if they win this one, they're right back in the race.
Well, we're going to hear from Coach Kaler on tonight's matchup here shortly. But first, let's dive into our matchup on hand. We'll start with the visitors. Claiborne, 0-5 on the season, 0-2 in region play. They're an 0-2 team on the road as well. So I guess you could say they're winless in all aspects. Dalton Lee in his first season at the helm over in New Tazewell. 0-5 record for him on the season, led by their offensive coordinator, who is Lee. He calls the plays. And then defensive coordinator, Wesley Nance. A 4-6 team a season ago, just averaging a little north of 8 points per game, while opponents put up 42 a game on the Bulldog defense. They've scored a season high of 14 points in a game. They've been shut out as well. And you take a look at this region. We talked about how tough a region it really is. And it seems like so far here in week 7 of the season, Gatlinburg, Pittman, Johnson County, Unicoi holding down those top 3 spots. Meanwhile, the pecking order at the bottom goes Chuckey-Doak, Claiborne, and Pigeon Forge, all 0-2 in region play. But a win tonight would put Chuckey-Doak in great standing for the remainder. Also a pivotal matchup in terms of the region pecking order.
Yeah, I mean, this is a big game. Basically, it's a winner-go-home kind of scenario, feels like, for this region. This region's stacked. You look at the top 3, you got Gatlinburg, Pittman, Johnson County, and Unicoi. That's a stacked top 3 right there. So for anybody that's below that, you need to get these wins here for the region because you need these bottom wins. Because if you can get these bottom wins, you're right back in the race with the top dogs. But if you drop this bottom win, then all of a sudden you're kind of starting to spiral out of control and have another season not go the way you want it to.
Gatlinburg Pittman 6-0 on the season, 3-0 in league play. Gatlinburg Pittman defeated Claiborne 56-8 a week ago. Now let's scout these Bulldogs because defensively, we're going to get a little different look than we've seen in recent weeks. But offensively, they run kind of a similar system as Chuckey-Doak does. Defensively, it's going to be a 4-4 defense. They love to play cover 3. They're not going to give up anything behind the safeties, behind the corners. They're going to also try to load the box and try to stop this run game in Braden Green and Marcus Britt as Chuckey-Doak looks to lean on that run game. Offensively, like we said, similar look for Chuckey-Doak. On the other side of things, they're going to run those 3 receivers and an H-back out there, 11 base personnel. They're going to run some counter. They're going to run some zone. But I think Coach Kaler's pretty confident in how he hopes his defense performs here tonight.
Yeah, I mean, for the defense, you say Claiborne runs exactly pretty much like Chuckey-Doak. So for the defense, you've seen that style of offense the whole season, off-season, training camp, all this stuff. You've seen that offense, so you should know how to counter it. You should understand, okay, if this guy's going here, I need to be here. That's something that the defense should know. And for the offense, You ain't going. You can't get anything far. You can get stuff behind the safeties if you continue to run the football. If Braden Green can have a huge game here tonight on the ground, it's going to make the safeties have to clamp back up to the offensive line a little bit, and that gives options to go wide.
It's a great point. It's exactly what Coach Kaler talked about, too. A defense that has seen this style of offense dating all the way back to the start of fall camp, all the way back to summer workouts and practices. Chuckey-Doak, 3-3 on the season. We know the story with them. 0-2 in Region 1 3A play. Riding a 3-game losing skid, hoping to break that here tonight. And as we await the Black Knights running out, let's kind of look at their schedule and how things have panned out as well. Chuckey-Doak led by third-year head coach Billy Kaler, 10-16 overall record at the helm here in Lower Afton. Defensive play caller is Jason Hensley, a team that's averaging 22 points per game. Meanwhile, opponents scoring 27.5 points per game against the Black Knights. Talked about the region, its pecking order. We'll get into the region matchups tonight as well. There's some interesting ones. Johnson County goes across state lines to face off against their opponent here on a Friday, but coming off of 3 consecutive losses, Unicoi County at South Green, and then home last week against Johnson County, a knockdown, drag-out style of affair between the Longhorns. No scores in the first and fourth quarter between Chuckey-Doak and Johnson County. All the scoring was in the middle 2 quarters, and ultimately Chuckey-Doak unable to get a hold on things. But I think one bright spot, Braden Green, with a return to form, 100 yards on the ground on his 20 carries and a touchdown. A pair of touchdowns, actually. Defensively, they were highlighted by Honlin. He had an interception. Lowe had a scoop on a fumble recovery, and then Gustavo Alvarez continues to impress. Homecoming night here, Derek. I mean, I am just beyond excited. And as we see the Black Knights run out here, courted by the Horsemen, and you can tell homecoming night well underway. The festivities, the pageantry. How could you not love high school football?
Oh yeah, this is everything you dream of for high school football. Homecoming, you got a live mascot on the field. I mean, this is perfect, ideal weather for football. I don't know about you, but I'm pumped up for this game.
Chuckey-Doak, Claiborne set to battle. We'll take a step aside here from Coach Kaler on tonight's matchup. Coming back up, it's opening kick between Chuckey-Doak and Claiborne right here on First Horizons Green Sports Zone.
You've got a big matchup this Friday night. You've got the Claiborne Bulldogs, another Region 1 3A matchup. We just mentioned it right before the break. Everything that you all want this season is still in front of you. You've still got that opportunity to make the playoffs, but you've got to get a win in this one first. What's the plan on Friday night, and how do you plan on getting it done?
I mean, we just, we talked to our guys all week. Good enough's not good enough, and then that's kind of been what's I think happened to us the last few weeks. We kind of felt like we didn't play as well as we should have against West Green. It's kind of just compounded on us where, those young guys don't kind of understand battling through some of that adversity. So we've really pushed them, particularly up front this week. Good enough is not good enough. We have to be more physical. We have to be cleaner on the front 7, both sides of the football. We establish our identity as a team. We've got to be able to win the line of scrimmage. That's where we're going to build this program. That's where we're going to build this team. We got to be able to win the line of scrimmage. But Claiborne's big. They played Johnson County in a really tight ball game. So they played a couple of tight ball games and had some chances and got a couple of kids who can be dangerous when they get the ball in space. So it's going to be a tough one.
Talk about Claiborne a little bit more also, because I think it's been maybe 3 years since I've personally seen Claiborne out on the field and play on Friday night. So talk about Claiborne's offense and defense a little bit and what they plan on doing.
They seem to be even front, kind of 4-4, split 4 defense. Play a lot of looks like cover 3, some deep stuff. Trying to take away the deep ball, which you certainly don't want to give up explosive plays in the passing game. At the same time, they want to be able to be heavy in the box and stop the run, which is going to present a challenge for us because offensively we need to be able to stop the run, offensively we need to be able to run the football. So it's going to be a challenge for us in the box because if we can't force them to expand the box, we're going to have to run in a +1 box, which gets tough. So that's going to be a challenge. They're big. I'm not really sure how old they are, but they're big on the hoof. They look good on tape. They're large people in the front 7 on both sides of the ball. Offensively, formation-wise, they're very similar to us. 3 receivers with an H-back most of the time, a little bit of spread gun stuff. They're going to take some vertical shots and run the football, counter zone stuff, very similar to what we do. So it's going to be, familiar in the sense of formations, not a lot of weird stuff for us defensively, but we still got to go play sound football and stop them doing what they want to do.
And one thing that I wanted to ask.
As the sun finds its place in the western sky, we have battle here from Lower Afton on homecoming night. Chuckey-Doak, Claiborne, 2 teams looking to snap multiple game losing skids. Chuckey-Doak loses the opening coin toss. Claiborne decides to defer to the second half. Chuckey-Doak will receive our opening kickoff. Aiden Rourke will put boot to ball, and we've got football in the black hole. Homecoming night underway. Festivities fully in effect. Matthew Palazzo, Derek Tarleton here with you to provide the analysis of tonight's game. Scott Anthony, our cameraman for the evening. Thank you for joining us. Claiborne 0-5 on the season. They'll be on the defensive side of the ball first, and Chuckey-Doak in that young, potent offense will take up shop from their own 42-yard line. We talked about going in a young team this season. Kipton Ball has impressed. He hasn't turned the ball over except for one time, 2 times in that West Green game, but a powerful offensive attack for the Black Knights. They'll start off with a quick pass here, a slant that gets caught by Skylar Davis. He's running in and out of defenders and sheds one, lurching towards the opposing 40-yard line. Marsh Propane first down after the 18-yard reception from Skylar Davis.
Yeah, great play there. Quick play. You know, everybody's understanding and thinking they're going to run the football. They decided to completely catch everybody off guard, run into a play-action pass, quick slant. That's the way you're going to beat this team. If this team's going to continue to stack the line and drop the safeties back, you hit them in that middle 10 to 15-yard range. That's perfect right there.
Black Knights will take it right to left as you view it. They're wearing the home blacks, yellow pants, and the black lids. They'll run power here and hand it off to Braden Green, his first carry of the day as he gets past the 35-yard line down to the Claiborne 33. A productive run on first down, and they'll stay ahead of the chains.
Yeah, that right there, that's literally what I was fixing to say. That's going to be important. Stay ahead of the chains. For Chuckey-Doak, if you can continue to stay ahead of the chains, keep this Claiborne defense on their heels, it's going to be a much easier game than if you continue to get behind the sticks. How do you get behind the sticks? Penalties. Penalties have been hurting Chuckey-Doak here as of late, so they need to clean that up here as they continue out this game.
An offense that's managed just 14 points per game in their last 3. Kipton Ball, play-action pass. He's got a man in the flats here, and that's going to be the tight end, Peter Grooms, who will rumble forward for a first down. Another Marsh Propane first down, and Chuckey-Doak knocking on the door to the red zone.
Very good play there by Chuckey-Doak. Little quick run, little quick, making a little bit of blocking here, making Claiborne have to think. They're giving it different people different styles. And on that tackle there was Christopher Ford. That was a pretty good tackle, too, wrapping him up for Claiborne, but Chuckey-Doak gets another first down. They're starting now to kind of push into this red zone, making Claiborne really nervous here early.
Kipton Ball completes his first 2 passes, and the Black Knights will have a 1st and 10 from the Claiborne 21. We talked about that 4-4 defense. Bulldogs going to stack the box. Ball, the shotgun snap. He'll hand it up between the tackles to Braden Green, who pinballs off a few tacklers for a gain of about 2 on the play. Now into the Gary's Paint Body red zone go the Black Knights.
Keeping it very simple here. Get another inside run. Chuckey-Doak's making a lot of different plays here. They passed, they've ran twice with Braden Green, they've ran once with another player. Like, this is now Chuckey-Doak offense. They're kind of doing what they want to here. If you're Claiborne, you want to get a stop, but for Chuckey-Doak, this opening quarter could not have went perfectly for you.
2 minutes, 15 seconds have elapsed on this opening drive for the Black Knights. 2nd and 8 from the 18. Ball will hand off to Green, who gets stuffed at the line of scrimmage and pushed back by a host of tacklers for Claiborne, one of those being Spencer Brewer.
Great play there, getting in the backfield by Brewer. And for Claiborne, that's going to be the key. Can you get in the backfield on Chuckey-Doak when they try to do these run plays? Because if you can make Chuckey-Doak one-dimensional, then you can start kind of jumping on these wide receivers and the slants and making it a lot harder for this Chuckey-Doak offense.
We've seen the Chuckey-Doak team struggle on 3rd down, also struggle with the penalty bug, which you come to expect at a younger offensive line across the board. Only one senior on that front 5 for the Black Knights, but something they need to button down on coming into tonight. Kipton Ball with 2 wideouts to his left, a tight end and a wideout to the right. They'll run power, and Green will bounce out to the right, shed off a tackle or 2, and then get pushed forward past the 20-yard line before a late surge will send him back outside the Gary's Paint Body red zone. 4-down territory here, Derek. Do you send the field goal unit out, or do you go for it here on 4th down?
I would go for it here if it was me calling the plays here, because the reason is this opening quarters kind of went very well. You moved it down the field. You kind of got stalled here, but I like the decision to go for it here for Chuckey-Doak. I'm looking for maybe a quick little slant here to kind of get the defense open up a little bit more.
Chuckey-Doak will leave the offense out on the field. They put an extra wide out in. Trips to the left side. Ball will sprint out to his left. Good protection. He's got a man, and it gets swatted out of the air by a defensive back. Turnover on downs after a 3-minute, 45-second opening drive for the Black Knights. A good defensive stand there on 4th down for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, that's perfect. That's lining it up perfectly there for the Bulldogs because you're starting to get pushed down. I was talking about it just a minute ago. Getting on your heels, getting in your red zone. That's what you call a red zone stand. They completely did not let Chuckey-Doak move. They got maybe 2 yards and then lost it right back. Good incompletion there. Now Claiborne gets the ball. Can they get some momentum going for them? For Chuckey-Doak, you want your defense to get a big stop here because now Claiborne's backed up inside their own 25-yard line. For Chuckey-Doak, you're looking for a big stop here.
8:15 remaining in our opening quarter. Still scoreless as Chuckey-Doak turns the ball over on downs. Their first offensive possession despite getting into the Gary's Paint Body red zone. Claiborne now will take over. Similar offensive look out of them to start out. Direct snap to the quarterback wearing the rare 20 number. And the Claiborne Bulldog quarterback met at the line of scrimmage before he can go anywhere. That's Cade Lovin, the senior signal caller for the team out of New Tazewell. Met at the line of scrimmage for a gain of no yards on the play.
Great penetration there by Chuckey-Doak's defense. They had some linemen back there, cornerbacks back there. Claiborne is trying to do a little bit of a trickery, a little bit quarterback sneak, because when you do that, you have all 10 guys besides the quarterback blocking, but Chuckey-Doak did a nice job getting in the backfield and getting a good stop.
Lance Turner Armstrong with a tackle on the previous play. And we will have a 2nd and 10 here from the Claiborne 20-yard line. A handoff, the left tackle, and cutting it up there is running back Aiden Rourke for a gain of about 4 on the play.
Quick little inside zone there. Makes it now 3rd and manageable, 3rd and medium. Now Chuckey-Doak's going to have to kind of sit here and think a little bit. What are they going to do? Are they going to pass it? Are they going to run it? Because really the playbook's open here for Claiborne.
So 3rd and about 5 for the Bulldogs from their own 29-yard line. Rourke and Lovin share the backfield. Lovin a botched handoff, and he'll try to push forward, reaching out for the line to gain. A couple of tacklers pulled them down. It looked like just past the first down marker. So it looks like they've got the first down, and it will move the chains for a Marsh Propane first down. Botch play didn't matter there on 3rd down. A good late surge there by Lovin, and the Bulldogs move it for their first down of the game.
Looked like a very big issue there for the Bulldogs. Botch snap. Looked like Chuckey-Doak was going to get in there, but great job by Lovin getting in, keeping his feet moving, gets the first down. Now it's 1st and 10, change reset.
So after the first down carry, Lovin will send 3 men to his left, and the Bulldogs run power up the middle. It goes to Rourke, and he gets drugged down by the duo of Lance Turner Armstrong and Spencer Nunley. So a good tackle there by the 2 interior defensive linemen for the Black Knights. 2nd and 8 upcoming for the Bulldogs.
If Claiborne can continue to get this 2 to 3 yardage on first down, they're going to be very successful in this game. They got the running backs falling forward, so when they get hit, they're falling forward. They're not falling backward. They're continuing to stay ahead of the change, which is going to be key here in this game.
And we talk about that sniffer back for the Bulldogs. He's a glorified offensive lineman. Corbin Whitaker, the senior, just a huge figure, motioning left to right on that play, and another handoff between the tackles for Aiden Rourke. He bounces off a few before picking up 3 on 2nd down.
Again, running right at the middle. Until they stop you, keep doing it. If it ain't broke, don't fix it kind of mentality here for Claiborne. Now you're 3rd down and 5. I'm expecting another quarterback run here because you had a 3rd down and 5 just a minute ago, and he was able to get the first down.
Defensive substitutions made, and they're going to put Gustavo Alvarez onto the field, put 5 down defensive linemen down here on 3rd and medium. The snap goes to Lovin. He'll fake the handoff, roll out to his left. He's got a man in the flats, and he'll connect 10 yards downfield. Dom Honlin comes up with the solo tackle on the far sideline, but hey, Claiborne, good play call there on 3rd down to move the chains for a Marsh Propane first down.
Yeah, you continue to run it and run it well. Why not pull the play action? Chuckey-Doak stacked the box trying to stop that run game. You just pull a little play action out, making the secondary have to now play man coverage. Great play there by Claiborne. That was a great catch, too, going up in the air. Holland was right on him, but it was just a better catch there by the Claiborne
Christopher Ford on the reception there for 10 yards. Fresh set of downs for Claiborne from their own 41-yard line. Another handoff to Rourke. He'll sidestep a tackler before diving, reaching out towards that 45-yard line. Again, just 2-3 yards in a cloud of dust. The 3 times we've seen Rourke carry the ball. Good job by that interior front there for Chuckey-Doak, bottling him up as of now.
Yeah, I mean, you now see that Claiborne's willing to throw the football, so you can't really stack the line of scrimmage completely. But that was a great job by Chuckey-Doak. Continuing to get a hand on him right at the line of scrimmage, bring him down. They still gained some yardage, but it wasn't 5 or 6. It was just 3.
Three receivers to the right of Lovin here as he hands it off to Rourke once again, off the left tackle this time, and he'll surge forward for about a 3-yard gain on 2nd and medium, bringing up another tough decision here on 3rd down for this Claiborne offense.
Claiborne's continuing to get into 3rd and manageable, and it's making Chuckey-Doak's defense really have to think, because now, are they going to pass or run? They've showed they can do both on this drive, continuing to wear down clock as we're now under 4 minutes here in this game. Claiborne's really doing what they want to. You would like to see Chuckey-Doak kind of get a stop here.
A drive now nearing the 5-minute mark for the Bulldogs. Heavy run game. They've leaned on it throughout this first possession for them. As the receiver goes in motion left to right, sprinting out is Lovin. He's met in the backfield by Alvarez, and he'll stick a foot in the ground, get up north, make a man miss, and prance out of bounds just past the 50 as Braden Green was there to meet him late alongside Dom Atchison. Looks like he does have enough to move the chains for another Marsh Propane first down, and this Claiborne offense converts once again on the money down.
Yeah, you talk about playing off schedule. That was a off schedule play. Chris, looks like Alvarez is going to be right in there to make that sack. Unfortunately, slips, and then the quarterback continues to make the play there, gets the first down. That is playing off script at its finest right there.
New set of downs here for the Bulldogs from the Chuckey-Doak 47-yard line. Two receivers to the left, that sniffer back, and a wide out to the boundary for Lovin and Rourke, who share the backfield. Lovin takes a snap, rolling out to his left on the sprint out. He's got the corner, and he's got a man at the first down marker, and it falls incomplete. Batted away late off the hands of Christopher Ford. So saw him complete his first pass. He goes to Ford once again, this time a crucial stop there on first down for the Black Knight defense.
That is a big stop for the Black Knight defense. Now you got them where you want them. 2nd and 10. You would think that Claiborne's going to run the football here, try to get a little bit of yardage to make it 3rd and manageable. Now, I would like to see Chuckey-Doak kind of stack the box here. Make them have to throw the football, because it looks like they only have 3 wide receivers outside right now. You would like your chances on a man-on-man right here.
Still scoreless between Chuckey-Doak and Claiborne. Under 3 minutes to go here in our opening quarter of action. Very reminiscent of a week ago, that Johnson County team who faced off against the Black Knights in this very stadium. Lovin, shotgun snap, and he'll hand it off to Rourke. He'll follow the lead blocker up the middle on that right hash, and if not for getting tripped up with his own feet, he might have had a whole lot more there on 2nd and 10.
Yeah, Chuckey-Doak caught a break there. It looked like Rourke might have been going all the way. He had blockers in front of him. He was moving, but luckily he tripped over his own feet. Chuckey-Doak gets a break. Now they're going to have to capitalize on it again. 3rd and manageable. They need to stop here. They need to kind of take away Claiborne's confidence, because right now they're doing whatever they want to on offense.
Claiborne 2 for 2 on its 3rd down chances so far. Here, faced with another tough task, this Black Knight defense will send a 5th defensive lineman out onto the field. Lovin, Rourke in the backfield. Handoff for the Bulldog running back, and he's met in the backfield. It's Danny Turberville, a big 3rd down stop, and we'll face 4th down for the first time tonight.
That was the first big play we saw getting blown up. Great read by Turberville, getting in the backfield, making a 2-yard loss, and now it's putting a question in the Claiborne head coach's mind. Do you go for it here on 4th and 7, or do you decide to bring the punting unit out? Because right now, the way Chuckey-Doak's offense is moving in that first drive, you kind of now have to think. They can move it down the field. You might want to make them play the field position game here, but also looks like they're going to go for it here.
A big stop there for senior linebacker Danny Turberville, and Claiborne will leave the offense out onto the field as they will probably take a timeout, talk things over here.
Timeout call by
with 1:29 left to go in the opening quarter. Still scoreless between Chuckey-Doak and Claiborne. 4th down coming up when we return here on First Horizon Green Sports Zone.
So why sit on the sidelines when you could be driving a brand new Chevrolet, GMC, or Cadillac from Bachman Bernard in Greenville? Choose from the Silverado, Sierra, Terrain, Acadia, Equinox, Trax, Trailblazer, or Blazer. And wrap yourself in elegance and style while driving a Cadillac, Lyric, or the best vehicle on the planet, the Cadillac Escalade. So don't stumble, bumble, and fumble your way with other dealers. If we don't have it, we'll get it. Make the short trip to Bachman Bernard Chevrolet GMC Cadillac in Greenville, where we will save you money.
Tommie's Plumbing has been in business for 30 years, and we're still growing because we treat our customers like family. We are proud to do any job, from kitchen faucet installation to a complete home repipe. Tommie's Plumbing offers warranties on most products installed by our technicians. When the job is done, our friendly professionals make sure to clean up. We invite you to visit our new showroom in Jonesboro to see our quality products for yourself. Tommie's is the only one to call when you need a fast, reliable, professional plumber in the Tri-Cities.
1:29 left opening quarter between Chuckey-Doak and Claiborne. 4th and 7 here for the Bulldogs. They'll leave the offense out on the field. Lovin takes the snap. He'll sprint out to his left, dancing around near the left hash. He's got pressure in the backfield. He'll loft it up. He's got a man, but well short of the marker. Gustavo Alvarez comes in for the late tackle. So pass completed, but a second consecutive turnover on downs for these two offenses, and Chuckey-Doak will take over at its own 43-yard line.
Great pressure there by the Chuckey-Doak defense. Didn't give Lovin much time at all to read it. He was moving to his left. That's a tough pass. You know, Matthew, as a quarterback, that's a tough pass when you're right-handed moving to your left. And then right there, he was able to get it to Rourke, but Chuckey-Doak's defense was smothering right there. Great play by Chuckey-Doak's defense, and now Chuckey-Doak's offense has a little bit of a field to work with here.
So 1st and 10. They had good field position on the opening kick as they received that opening kickoff, and Kipton Ball and Co. will set up shop for a second time. They'll run power left side. Here goes Braden Green. An effective night last week against Johnson County. He's got a pretty good night brewing already. He's been a busy man, this being his 5th carry of the game. A 7-yard gain there on 1st down. 2nd and short here from plus territory.
Great play there by Chuckey-Doak. You get the blockers forward Braden Green to be able to make a man miss. Braden Green is a very talented running back. We've seen him a couple of times this year. He can make some people miss. He can run over some people. That was a great play there. Chuckey-Doak got a great block in there.
Under a minute to go here in our opening frame. Ball with 3 men to his right. Braden Green offset to his right. He gets tasked with a carry once again. This time met at the line of scrimmage. And after the 8-yard carry on 1st down, he stopped
Braden Green on the carry.
Right behind the center for a gain of about, let's call it half a yard, and it brings up 3rd and 1 from the Claiborne 48-yard line.
You think we see a little bit of a Eagles tush push here from Chuckey-Doak's offense, half a yard, length of the football, maybe get a little bit of tush push here?
Well, we haven't seen him go under center that often this season. We've been much more comfortable in the shotgun, so I'd say if you're going to run it here, if you're going to try to power it up, maybe just give it to Kipton and let him just have a lead back right there. Maybe just hand it off to Green. He'll get you what you need. He's got 3 yards and well beyond the marker as he moves the chains for a Marsh Propane 1st down. And that will send us to the quarter's end. We played one here from Lower Afton. Still scoreless between Chuckey-Doak and Claiborne. This is the Bachman Bernard Game of the Week presented by Tommie's Plumbing.
In Greenville, we blend beauty with Southern charm.
From sharp cuts to flawless color and perfect extensions, we make dream hair real.
As milkshake experts, we deliver exclusive treatments, glosses, and pro product advice. Finish your look with nails and waxing done with care.
Relax and recharge with our signature Japanese head spa.
Come experience the Main Brand difference.
At the Main Brand Hair Company,
We wrangle your tangles!
At Terry's Flooring, we have quality products along with quality installers that can make your space look better than ever before. The craftsmanship that our installers bring to the job site is unmatched. Along with the great installers, we have a huge selection of hardwood, LVP, tile, and carpet. We know that spending money isn't that easy, but at Terry's Flooring, we care about your money too. Stop on in and see my Popsy at Terry's Flooring and allow him to save you money while enjoying the hassle-free experience.
And we welcome you back as we begin the 2nd quarter of action from Lower Afton. Still scoreless between Chuckey-Doak and Claiborne as we welcome you back. 1st and 10 for the Black Knight offense from the Claiborne 45. A 1st down conversion thanks to Braden Green. He's been a busy man on the ground for this Chuckey-Doak offense. Kipton Ball, first play out of the break. He's looking deep for Dom Atchison. Had him for a moment, but it pops out of the gloves at the last second. 2nd and 10 after the incomplete pass on 1st down.
Yeah, Dom Atchison, he had 3 men on him, but that was a perfectly placed ball by Kipton Ball there. Wasn't intending that pun there. That was a perfectly placed ball right there for Dom Atchison to catch. You just got to be able to hold on to it, but unfortunately he wasn't able to hold on to it. Now 2nd and 10. You would expect them. That was your one shot. Now you'd expect Braden Green to get the ball here. But also, Chuckey-Doak, they might be feeling a little bit spicy here tonight. They might want to go deep again.
Well, they've moved the ball exceptionally well thus far. You did have that turnover on downs, but you did force one on the other end for Claiborne. So maybe you are playing with house money. You can play a little bit more confidently knowing that offense across from you isn't going to put up the points that you've seen in recent weeks. Braden Green on the 2nd down carry. He's got all but 2 and stopped about a couple yards downfield. It's going to make another 3rd down decision here for Coach Kaler and this coaching staff.
It makes you wonder. I believe Chuckey-Doak is looking at 2 plays here because you're on the opponent's side, inside, right around the 40-yard line. This looks like 2-down territory here. So Chuckey-Doak's whole playbook's open right here. You can run the football and then run the football again and try to get that first down, or you could go over the top. Curious to see what they do here.
Shotgun snap here for Ball. He's looking downfield, and he's got a man in the flats. It's Braden Green coming out of the backfield. Lost his balance and shrugged off a tackler, broke it, and then used the stumble bug to stay up, dive out towards the first down marker. And that's going to be a close decision there. It looks like they will move the chains for a Marsh Propane first down. Good extra effort there by Braden Green to convert.
Yeah, that's a beautiful play there by Braden Green. Why not? He's beating everybody in the backfield. You're handing a lot of backfield runs to him. Why not get him outside, get him in some space, let him make a man miss, let him get some yardage, and that was a great balance there to keep it up and get the first down.
2 receivers go out to the left. Of course, the sniffer back also in there for the Black Knights, and the shotgun snap will be a handoff inside to Green. He gets pushed back at the line of scrimmage, forced in the backfield there by Elijah Poor, the senior defensive lineman for the Bulldogs.
Really nice job by Claiborne getting in a little bit of leverage there, continuing to keep the pressure on him, get in the backfield, bring Braden Green down. And it's not easy to bring Braden Green down. He's a big man out there. He's not just going to go down easily, but great job by Claiborne to wrap up and bring him down.
Loss of 1 on first down to bring up a 2nd and 11 from the Claiborne 41-yard line. Chuckey-Doak's offense converting on 3rd down a few plays ago. It was Braden Green in the flats. Kipton Ball going to hand it off to Green here. He gets tagged from behind and gets brought down just past the 35-yard line.
Again, Claiborne living in the backfield right now. Chuckey-Doak's offensive line needs to get a little bit more contact on these defensive linemen, hold them out a little bit, because Claiborne's really been able to get in the backfield a lot, not giving Braden Green any time, because as soon as he gets the ball, he looks up. He's got wide defenders right in his face.
9:35 left to go here in the first half. Braden Green already with 10 carries so far here tonight, a busy man, and also a reception to go along with that stat line. Chuckey-Doak's offense has held on to it for the entirety of this second quarter. Kipton Ball and co looking to convert on 3rd and 9. He'll take a 3-step drop, looking over the middle. He's got a man deep. It's Dom Honlin in the end zone. Touchdown, Black Knights. They strike first. Kipton Ball, a beautiful thrown pass right over the middle, over top that one deep safety, and Dom Honlin, an excellent route, and he catches it right on the goal line for our first points of the evening. Chuckey-Doak leads at 6-0 over Claiborne.
A beautiful play call there. You had people cutting in curls. You had people going slants, and Holland just slips right in the backfield like we was talking about. You start running the football efficiently, you're going to make Claiborne have to play up on this defense, or line of scrimmage, have to play up on the line of scrimmage a lot more. Beautiful play call. Get him over the safeties. Beautiful ball by Kipton Ball, and beautiful catch by Don Holland to get in the end zone.
So a 35-yard touchdown pass for Kipton Ball to Dom Honlin. The sophomore connects to the senior, and it looks like a personal foul after the fact. It's going to be unsportsmanlike conduct against the Chuckey-Doak offense. Don't worry, it will be enacted on the ensuing kickoff. So the 6 stays up on the board, and Chuckey-Doak leads it 6-0 over Claiborne. Dom Honlin, Kipton Ball, who just connected on that touchdown pass, will be the battery. I like to call it the battery. I know it's pitcher and catcher in baseball, but the holder and the kicker in the field goal unit. Dom Honlin will take a few steps back, set to put one through the uprights after catching that 35-yard touchdown pass at the 9:11 mark in the second quarter. Ball, the snap, and hold. Honlin boots it through. Extra point good. Chuckey-Doak leads at 7-0 over Claiborne. 9:10 remaining in the first half. Claiborne with a chance to answer when we come back. This is the Bachman Bernard Game of the Week presented by Tommie's Plumbing.
At Marathon Quick Stop Markets, you'll find a company that realizes that our customers are our biggest asset. We are a locally owned company, proud to serve our community. So we do everything with you in mind. We clean and sanitize our stores, provide a well-lit, monitored area to keep you and your family safe. You can always expect a friendly staff and a large selection of products with weekly specials. Stop in at a nearby Marathon Quick Stop Market today.
Hello, friends. This is State Representative David Hawk. Always honored to support our Greenville and Greene County schools in their academic and athletic programs. We are blessed to have great families, teachers, and coaches working hard to ensure a bright future for our students. I'm David Hawk, encouraging all listeners to get involved and stay involved with our young people to help them succeed. We work hard in the classroom through the week and play hard on the field when the Friday night lights turn on. Once again, this is David Hawk. It's my honor to serve and represent you. Paid for by Fund to elect David Hawk, Daniel Hawk, Treasurer.
Well, the Black Knights strike first, a 35-yard touchdown strike from Kipton ball to Dom Honlin, and the Black Knights lead at 7-0 over Claiborne here on homecoming night from the Black Hole. Waxing gibbous moon overhead, and Dom Honlin going to boot it away from the Chuckey-Doak 25. The unsportsmanlike conduct penalty assessed on that touchdown pass, and might be good field position for Claiborne. Might not, though, after a bobbled return there by Owen Stone. He has to race back all the way back to the 10-yard line and bring it up along that far sideline. So a fortuitous bounce for the Black Knight return team, and Claiborne backed up to the 30 to start their second offensive drive of the game.
Chuckey-Doak's defense coming out here now after getting a big confidence boost, big stop on that last drive that Claiborne had, which really set up that touchdown drive that Chuckey-Doak's offense was able to create. Let's see now if Chuckey-Doak can continue to build some momentum here against this Claiborne offense, because at the beginning of that, before that fourth down stop, Claiborne was really able to do whatever they wanted to do against this Chuckey-Doak defense.
9:04 left to play here in the first half. Black Knights with the first scoring strike of the ball game. Claiborne with their chance to answer. Rourke and Lovin in the Bulldog backfield. Two receivers to the boundary. That's the right side for the team out of New Tazewell. Man in motion. He'll go right to left, and the handoff to Rourke as he races off tackle to the right side. Tackled along the numbers away from us, and Chuckey-Doak giving up an 8-yard carry there on first down.
Great run right there by Rourke, and Rourke looks like I said this about Wyatt Milhorn yesterday. Rourke looks very mad when he's got this ball. He looks like he wants to be hit. He wants to have people getting drugged behind him, and that's what he looks like right now. And Chuckey-Doak's going to have to figure out a way to get him down, maybe get a little bit closer to his hips, bring him down that way. They're going to have to figure out a way to slow down this running attack for Claiborne.
Well, the 8-yard carry brings up a second and short here for the Bulldogs from their own 42. Two men go out to the left, stacked set, out of the shotgun. Lovin will take the snap. It'll be a handoff between the tackles, and Rourke surges forward. A gain of about 3. It's more than enough to move the chain for another Marsh Propane first down.
Again, if it's not broke, why fix it? Why change it? Right now, they're playing phenomenal with Rourke getting the ball, so I would just continue to hand the ball to Rourke until his Chuckey-Doak defense shows they can stop him.
It's been a efficient ground attack so far for the Bulldogs. Rourke with his 8th carry of the first half. All have been for positive yardage. And Lovin and co. will break the huddle. It'll be a fresh set of downs for the Bulldogs from their own 39. A shotgun snap, a handoff to Rourke, and he's chased down from behind, tripped up at the line of scrimmage by a duo of tacklers in black hats.
Great play there by the Chuckey-Doak defense. They knew what was coming. Rourke had the ball the first 2 plays of this drive. They knew it was coming to him again. They kind of don't even really stack the box, didn't show a blitz, but the linebackers came in, did a nice tackle there, and now it's second down and 9. They're kind of behind the chains now, if you want to think of it that way, about 2 to 3 yards ahead of the chains for Claiborne. So now Chuckey-Doak needs a big stop here for defense.
And that's a big offensive line for Claiborne as well. Left tackle, number 77, Stanton McDaniel, just a towering figure on the left side of that line. It's a touch pass here for the Bulldogs, and they get the edge. It's going to be receiver Caden Williams, and it looked like he could have had a lot more. Skylar Davis, who sheds the block from the wide receiver to get credit for the tackle. A flag will come in late.
But that Skylar Davis was just trying to step, and Claiborne's offensive player stood up. A little bit of jawing back and forth, a little bit of pushing and shoving. The flag came out. You're going to have to keep your head in a game like this.
And we await the verdict from the near side of the field. It will go against the Bulldogs. A personal foul against Claiborne. Back it up. Erase the gain there on second down. So Chuckey-Doak with a good bounce of the football, if you will. And it'll be second down, a repeat of it, or excuse me, a loss of down. Third and call it 18 from the Bulldog 33-yard line. So they're going to have to spread it out. Twin receivers both sides from the left hash. A man goes in motion. That's McDaniel. And Lovett will take the snap, roll to his right. He's chased by 2 Black Knight defenders, and Lovett going to tuck it, head upfield, bounce off of a tackle, and then pushed forward by Parker McMurray, a vicious hit from behind there, and the Bulldogs well short of the chains on 3rd and long.
Showing how dangerous Lovin is. But like you said, it was a very vicious hit there by the Chuckey-Doak defense. Chuckey-Doak knew what the deal was. They knew, all right, it's 3rd and long. Let's just don't give anything up behind us. That he can run the football. We can get tacklers on him. Let's just don't give anything behind him, and that's exactly what they did there.
6:15 left to play here in the first half. Claiborne looks to be punting the football away. We saw him go for it on 4th and 7, but that was in plus territory on their first series. This time, they will look to boot it away. Back deep to return things, Dom Atchison for the Black Knights. Rourke, the punter, will boot it up end over end. Not a great punt distance-wise, and it bounces out of bounds on the far sideline right around the 32.
Knights will have it 1st and 10.
So under 6 to play, this Black Knight offense will have yet another chance to put up points. Last time we saw him, Kipton ball connected on that 35-yard touchdown strike to Dom Honlin. So hoping to do much the same here for the 3rd drive of the game.
Yeah, that definitely makes Claiborne have to think now, okay, we just got beat on a deep ball. And that wasn't the first deep ball Chuckey-Doak attempted. They tried to get it to Dom Atchison earlier in that same drive. So now Claiborne's going to have to think, okay, we cannot just stack the box and press up because this is not just a run-heavy team. Chuckey-Doak, yes, they love to run the football at Braden Green, but Kipton Ball has got that ability to throw it downfield if it's open. So now it's making Claiborne's defense have to think a little bit. Chuckey-Doak's offense right now is in a very good spot.
Kipton Ball 4 for 5, 64 yards and a touchdown through the air thus far. Dom Honlin, the one catch for 35 and a score. Kipton Ball, the shotgun snap. He's got the read option on the edge, and he's got the first down marker and more. And he'll hit the deck, slide past the 45-yard line, but more importantly, move the chains for Marsh Propane, 1st down.
Well, he's also got that weapon. He also has that ability to do it. Run the football, beautiful read, understands, all right, I'm going to hit the play action. No one's open. I'm just going to take off and run it. Beautiful play there by Kipton Ball, and now gets another 1st down for Chuckey-Doak.
Well, you know he's got the prowess as a baseball player, and evidently Coach Willett teaches him how to slide. It was a beautiful slide and a beautiful conversion there on 1st down. But like you said, Kipton Ball showing he's more than just a passer, but that's a pretty dangerous duo when you got the likes of Braden Green and Kipton Ball who can both hurt you on the ground. Shotgun snap here for Ball. He'll look to his left. It's a drop back pass. Over the middle, it's Dom Atchison. He's got the line to gain and more. Drop down past the 40 into plus territory, moving the chains for another Marsh Propane 1st down.
Again, absolutely beautiful play there. Claiborne now playing their safeties a little bit farther back after they got beat last drive on that deep ball. Now they set Chuckey-Doak goes, okay, we're just going to hit a little bit of a slant route. Quick little slant, about a 15-yard slant. Beautiful play, beautiful ball there by Kipton Ball. Beautiful catch.
So the 1st down conversion, 2 plays, both 1st downs on this current drive for the Black Knights. Under 5 to go here in the 2nd. Chuckey-Doak looking to expand upon it, 7-0 lead. Ball, the snap, he'll look to his right, another pass. This one shorter to Dom Honlin on the slant, and he's tripped up on his own accord at the Bulldog 35. But another productive gain there on 1st down. Call it a markup of 4. That'll bring up a 2nd and 6 coming up.
Great catch there by Holland. A little bit shorter on the pass there that Kipton Ball through, but Holland was able to adjust well, get the catch. It wasn't a big gain, but it keeps you ahead of the sticks, keeps you in 2nd and manageable, and now the whole playbook's wide open.
Black Knight offense who has certainly put air back into the football here on a Friday night against Claiborne. Ball, the inside handoff to Braden Green, and he'll follow a blocker past the 30-yard line. And another positive play for this Black Knight offense. It will be enough to move the chains. Another Marsh Propane at 1st down. 3:57 left to go here in the 2nd quarter. Bulldogs going to take a chance to take a timeout, talk things over on the defensive side of the ball. We'll take the break, return in 60 seconds with under 4 to play here in the 1st half. This is the Bachman-Bernard Game of the Week presented by Tommie's Plumbing.
At many dealerships, you get what you'd expect. Games, gimmicks, and shady sales tactics. At Gateway Nissan in Greenville, expect the unexpected. Low prices, convenient service, and a great buying experience.
Get our Gateway exclusive lifetime powertrain warranty.
No worries for life.
You deserve the unexpected. It's the #1 reason you gotta get to Gateway.
Shop online at GatewayNissanGreenville.com.
Or take the super short drive down Highway 11E to Gateway Nissan in Greenville.
Win or lose, it's a family tradition. "24-hour hot breakfast, cold drinks, and a table big enough for the whole team, or just your team. Davy Crockett Travel Centers. Breakfast that brings you back. Open 24/7 right off I-81, exit 30.
Under 4 to go, the first play out of the break, and it's an inside handoff for Braden Green, and he gets pushed forward by Sean Rayon and Connor Hall. Those two tackles just forces on both sides of the offensive line for Chuckey-Doak, and they cut the down-to-go distance in half. 2nd and 5 upcoming after another productive carry on first down.
Chuckey-Doak started this drive, getting the ball in the air, getting their passing game going, and now they're starting to run on the Braden Green, making Claiborne have to think. Right now, Claiborne's got linebackers holding closer to the line of scrimmage. You would think you'd see a pass here.
Ball will look to his left. It is a drop-back pass. He's pressured in the backfield and wrapped up for the sack. That's big 77. We talked about him. Stanton McDaniel teaming up with Bulldog lineman Elijah Poore. That's a tough break there for a Chuckey-Doak offense who was doing nothing but move forward. They're stopped for the big sack there on 2nd down. 3rd and long for the Black Knights.
Absolutely beautiful play call there by Claiborne. Get in the backfield, understanding that if we're going to bring the pressure, we have to get in Kipton Ball's face, because if we don't, he's going to get rid of the ball quickly. He's been making smart decisions, but that time he had no time to think. As soon as he looked up, you saw big 77 right in his face.
He had 2 men downfield, and he was drifting over to that left side, but up came McDaniel, and we used to call those guys shade trees back in the day. Ball takes the snap, has to evade a rusher. He's running off to the far sideline. He stiff arms a man and then gets tripped up near the 30, and that was well short of the marker, but wouldn't put it past Coach Kaler to leave the offense out on the field and roll the dice here on 4th and 10.
Now, it looks like he is going to keep the offense out there and roll the dice as of right now. And, I mean, Chuckey-Doak's offense, why not? They've been able to move the ball well in the air. If they can keep that pressure off of Kipton Ball, give him about 5 seconds to read the field and understand it, we might see another first down here for Chuckey-Doak.
Coach Kaler going to take his first time out of the first half. Talk things over. Big 4th down decision coming up when we return. Chuckey-Doak leads at 7-0 over Claiborne. 2 minutes until we reach the halfway point. This is the Bachman Bernard Game of the Week presented by Tommie's Plumbing.
Looking for a garage door without the long wait? At D&D Garage Door Supplier of Greenville, you'll find Safeway brand garage doors delivered in just 9 business days. Why wait 4 to 6 weeks when your new door could be rolling up sooner? They're your one-stop shop with over 25 years of experience, offering doors, parts, installs, and openers, including LiftMaster motors, overheads, and side mounts. Dealers, go check them out. They've got everything you need to get the job done right. Stop by 107 Bohannon Avenue or call 423-278-0622. D&D Garage Door Supplier. Reliable, trustworthy, and opening doors for you every day.
.203 left to play here in the first half. Coach Kaler coming out of the timeout, going to leave the offense onto the field. 4th down decision here, and he got to talk it over with his offense. Ball will drop back. He's looking over the middle of the field. It's Skylar Davis who nearly had it, reeled it in over the shoulder, just bounced out of the hands at last second. And another turnover on downs, the second of the first half for the Black Knights.
Those are the painful ones. It was there in his hands. You just got to be able to bring down that football. But let's flip the field now. Claiborne, that's a big break. They was pressing. Looked like you couldn't stop them. Another stop for the Claiborne defense. Now the Claiborne offense, you have to answer here. This feels like a must answer because now your defense has got 2 stops. You didn't answer on the first one. Let's see if you can answer on this one.
Especially when Chuckey-Doak's threatening to score. Go up by 2 touchdowns. Under 2 minutes to go now. This Claiborne offense will have a chance to match things as they drive to end the half. Rourke on the handoff. He'll bounce it out to the left side. Tripped up by Honlin and Braxton Lowe. Just short of the marker. And Claiborne with a productive run will bring up 2nd and 2 from their own 39.
Rourke gets behind his pads there, able to fight through some contact, get very good yardage, and that's what Claiborne's going to have to do. Now at 1.5 minutes left to go before halftime, you're going to have to continue to get a lot of yardage if you're going to continue to do run plays.
Claiborne trailing 7-0. They've leaned on a heavy ground attack thus far. This time it'll be Caden Lovin dropping back to pass. He'll tuck it down and roll out to his right, scamper out of bounds near the line to gain. Right at the 40-yard line. Looks like he will have it, and it will move the chains for another Marsh Propane first down.
Great play there by Lovin. And I liked how he continued to look down the field. He was going to run, then stops, looks like he's going to look down the field again, and then continue to get the run. Gets the first down, Now Claiborne can reset. What plays work for us?
Not only you getting the first down, but you also get out of bounds to stop the clock. So that's huge for a Bulldog offense to have much more time to operate here in this 2-minute drill.
Before the band plays, please come down, all former players and coaches.
Lovin and Rourke share the backfield. Twin receivers either side. Lovin going to drop back, moving to his right here, still looking downfield. A lot of movement in the pocket. He's going to reverse course, moving towards the far sideline, lofted up and out of bounds after the throwaway. Fortunate break for him as he was pressured heavily by that Black Knight defensive front.
Yeah, that was one of those plays that, as a coach, you would sit there and hold your breath saying, get rid of it, because right there, if he had had a sack, that looked like it had been a 20-yard sack, and that would have pretty much killed the drive. You like that he's trying to be aggressive, trying to move around the pocket, trying to find somebody, but there's a point where you just got to get rid of it. He got rid of it there, but it was really close to not being able to get rid of it.
It was the right decision, and Caden Lovin looking like Diego Pavia on that prior play. We'll see him tomorrow night as they face off against the Crimson Tide. But under a minute left to go here. The clock stopped once again. 59 seconds left to go to be exact. Lovin, another rollout pass, this time to his left. He's got a man on the out route, and that will be the Bulldog receiver, Caden Williams, coming out right near the 50-yard line. So a yard short of the marker, a couple yards short as they mark him at the 48. So a 3rd and 3 coming up for the Bulldogs with 52 seconds left to go in the half.
Big third down here for Claiborne and Chuckey-Doak. Chuckey-Doak's defense, if you can get a stop here, you still have you have 2 timeouts. You have 2 timeouts. You can get the ball back and be able to try to get some points here before halftime for Claiborne. You want to continue to keep the Chuckey-Doak offense off the field and get this first down here.
Pivotal down here on 3rd, and Lovin will take the snap, roll out to his right. He'll tuck it up and move down the middle of the field before getting brought down from behind by Marcus Britt on the tackle. But it is enough to move the chains for another Marsh Propane first down.
Beautiful play there for Lovin. He's continuing to use his legs. He don't see nothing downfield. That's fine. He can beat you with his legs. Making Chuckey-Doak now, you would like to see Chuckey-Doak's defense throw a spy in or something or try to watch after him.
Yeah, he's been electric on the ground thus far. They're going to put the contain on him here as he races away from Parker McMurray on the rollout pass. Fortunately for Claiborne, the pass gets off. It's out of bounds on another throwaway, and with 15 seconds left, the clock will stop. 2nd and 10 from the Chuckey-Doak 44.
Chuckey-Doak kept pressure on Lovin, and that time they did have a spy. And that time Lovin couldn't get out of the pocket, couldn't escape the containment that Chuckey-Doak was trying to do there. Excellent play call there for the Chuckey-Doak defense. 2nd and 10 now, 15 seconds. Claiborne can't run the football here, so if I'm Chuckey-Doak, I'm dropping a bunch of people back and try to play a little bit of zone so we don't get a touchdown here.
Yeah, just go prevent defense. 15 seconds before the half's end. I'm with you. Chuckey-Doak going to run 4 out to rush the passer. Claiborne with a trips receivers look to the right. Loving a drop back pass. He's got a man one-on-one to the bottom of the field, and it's caught by the Bulldogs. What a play. Reaching up to grab it is Christopher Ford. A big-time conversion there. And that'll move the chains for a Marsh Propane first down. The Bulldogs prance into the Gary's Paint Body red zone for the first time tonight.
Well, that now opens up the eyes for Chuckey-Doak. Insane. As I believe the clock, there's a little bit of issue with the clock maybe.
Yeah, it looked like 7 seconds were left when he went out of bounds. But what a play there by Christopher Ford. We're going to keep it right here through the break. But, Derek, what a drive orchestrated by the senior quarterback, Caden Lovin, both with his legs and like we just saw with his arm.
Yeah, I mean, a beautiful drive, showing that he can beat him with the legs. Everybody could run. It's who can throw the ball and put it in that spot. That was a back shoulder throw. Beautiful placement, beautiful jump up and catch. And great job for getting some feet in bounds and bringing that catch down. Claiborne's offense now just showed Chuckey-Doak we aren't just a running style offense. And I wasn't very familiar with the Claiborne offense this season. I was talking to you before the game saying, how does this offense look? And you said it looks a lot like Chuckey-Doak. Well, right now, this drive looks a lot like Chuckey-Doak of how they can beat you.
Christopher Ford, the 30-yard reception. He's got 2 grabs for 40 yards. Both quarterbacks showing thus far they can air it out and they can hurt you on the ground as well. 2 dual threat signal callers going back and forth. Claiborne knocking on the door for 6 with 4 seconds left in the first half. Chuckey-Doak leading 7-0 over the Bulldogs. Claiborne coming out of their second called timeout of the half. Likely going to be the last play we'll see here in the first 2 quarters. Rourke and Lovin will share the backfield. 3 receivers go out to the right. over on that right hash. Lovin takes the snap, and before the Bulldogs get a playoff, a whistle will blow it dead, likely a procedure penalty or possibly delayed game against the Claiborne offense.
So last thing you need if you're Claiborne, you don't want to be pulled back any more than you have to as we await the call.
So a second did come off the clock, and it looks to go against Claiborne, at least momentarily. And perhaps just another clock issue, but they'll keep the ball right there on the 14. Claiborne with one play left here in the first half. Lovin takes the snap. He'll look to his right. The drop back pass. He'll prance off to the right, and he's sacked in the backfield. The ball pops free. Danny Turberville and Gustavo Alvarez on their horse knocked the ball free. What an end to the first half for that Chuckey-Doak defense. A crucial stop just when you needed it.
Yeah, that's the biggest stop that you could have had for Chuckey-Doak right there. Lovin was rolling back. Looked like they had a wide receiver open in the back corner of the end zone. But Chuckey-Doak's defensive line said, no, you're not going to get this ball. You're not going to even have a chance to throw it. Great job, and great job falling on the football. Yeah, it's the end of the half, but you got to fall on that football. You got to bring the half to a close. Great job by the Chuckey-Doak defense there.
A forced fumble by Danny Turberville, and the Knights jump on it. That's how we end our first half of football here from Lower Afton. We've played 2 quarters so far. Your score at the halftime break, it's Chuckey-Doak 7, Claiborne 0. A full look around the region, our region scoreboard when we come back, as well as the halftime performance from the Chuckey-Doak Marching Band. That and much, much more as we enter our Heritage Community Bank halftime report on the other side of this break. You're listening to First Horizon Green Sports Zone.
So why sit on the sidelines when you could be driving a brand new Chevrolet, GMC, or Cadillac from Bachman Bernard in Greenville? Choose from the Silverado, Sierra, Terrain, Acadia, Equinox, Trax, Trailblazer, or Blazer. And wrap yourself in elegance and style while driving a Cadillac, Lyric, or the best vehicle on the planet, the Cadillac Escalade. So don't stumble, bumble, and fumble your way with other dealers. If we don't have it, we'll get it. Make the short trip to Bachman Bernard Chevrolet GMC Cadillac in Greenville, where we will save you money.
With the hustle and bustle of life, why not let Ashley Drug, a locally owned pharmacy, take something off of your plate with their med dosage packaging? Have your medications conveniently labeled with the date and time to take them. And while you're at it, utilize the free delivery service for those times that you can't get out of your house. Need an easy way to refill your medications? You can order and manage your refills today with text alerts. Text RX Local to 64890 to sign up and get started. Don't let life pass you by. Get out and enjoy every minute and let Ashley Drug help you do so. Located in the West Green Shopping
Center. At Heritage Community Bank, we offer local banking with local decisions. Stop by any of our 3 convenient locations and see how Heritage Community Bank can serve your needs. We're here to stay. We're not for sale. We're not merging. We're local, and we intend to stay that way. From small business banking to personalized checking accounts with online and mobile capabilities, Heritage Community Bank can take care of all your banking needs. Visit us online at hcbonline.us, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
This is the Bachman Bernard Green Sports Zone Game of the Week, presented by Tommie's Plumbing. Brought to you by Bachman Bernard, Tommie's Plumbing, the Marathon Quick Stop Markets, Casper's Wrecker Service. Once again, Matthew Palazzo.
Special thank you.
And we welcome you back here at the halftime break. Chuckey-Doak leads Claiborne 7-0. A lower scoring first half and a one that flew by. Excuse me, Derek. But, hey, Chuckey-Doak gets on the board first with that 30-yard strike from Kipton ball to Dom Honlin. And then you force that mistake on the other side of things. Your defense with a big forced fumble from Danny Turberville right before the half's end. You jump on it, and you hold Claiborne scoreless through 2 quarters of play. That was huge end of the half for Chuckey-Doak.
Yeah, huge end of the half for Chuckey-Doak because Claiborne was pushing against your end zone. Looked like that momentum was going to shift into halftime, and that's very critical in the game like this, especially in a close-scoring game. But Chuckey-Doak's defense was able to step up and respond. They said, okay, we got backed up in the end zone. There's got a big play. We got backed up into our own end zone, but we're going to make a sack. We're going to make you fumble it, and we're going to bring it to half. Great end of the half there for Chuckey-Doak's defense.
Well, Chuckey-Doak leads Claiborne at the halftime break 7-0. Homecoming night here in Lower Afton as well, so the festivities fully underway. Just a beautiful night. You ran out with the horse and everything, all that. All those strings included as well. It's been a cool half of play. We got the stats here through 2 quarters of play. We'll get to all that and more as we enter the Heritage Community Bank halftime report, our Nick Hershey Cardinal Financial scoring recap and how things went down. A couple turnover on downs there early. We'll get you caught up with all of those if you're just now joining us here at the halftime break, as well as all the other local teams in action here on a Friday night. Before we get to that, though, let's hear from the Chuckey-Doak Black Knight Marching Band led by band director Landon Brady. We'll get you their performance here in just a moment. But before we get to that performance, Derek, just a couple more thoughts on that first half stand from the Chuckey-Doak defense.
Yeah, the Chuckey-Doak defense so far in this first half looked outstanding. When they pinched a shutout in the first half. Beautiful play there by the Chuckey-Doak defense. At the end, getting a big stop. That builds confidence for the Chuckey-Doak defense. Now can they carry it into the second half?
Well, we're just about ready to get you down to the field for the halftime performance. The Chuckey-Doak Black Knight Marching Band, led by the band director Landon Brady. Before the game, of course, homecoming queen announced it was Reagan Berryhill who wins the honors of the senior homecoming queen. Senior princess, Chloe Crawford. Junior princess was Kayla Wilcox. The sophomore princess was Emily Swiker. Did we get the freshman princess? I believe it was Emily as well that won the freshman princess. But another beautiful rendition of the national anthem, too. That's by the Chuckey-Doak Black Knight Marching Band, and we'll take it down here to the field. Here's the band led by band director Landon Brady.
School. You may now take the field for your performance.
And that is the Chuckey-Doak High School Marching Band, led by band director Landon Brady. As we enter into our Heritage Community Bank halftime report, we come back with the stats and recap from the first half with the Nick Hershey Cardinal Financial scoring recap. That's up next as we go to the break. You're listening to the Bachman-Bernard Game of the Week presented by Tommie's Plumbing.
Whether you ride, haul, or work, CNC has what moves you from dirt roads to job sites. We've got the gear to get you there. Hardworking equipment, helpful people, and honest advice. Whether you haul tools, toys, or livestock, CNC Custom Trailers has the equipment you need and the upgrades you want. CNC Custom Trailers, where you're more than just a customer, you're a neighbor.
At Food City, we make it easy for you to shop your way. Order online and pick it up curbside. Or have it delivered straight to your door with Instacart or DoorDash. Nobody does food like Food City. And now get it straight from our doors to yours.
At Heritage Community Bank, we offer local banking with local decisions. Stop by any of our 3 convenient locations and see how Heritage Community Bank can serve your needs. We're here to stay. We're not for sale. We're not merging. We're local, and we intend to stay that way. From small business banking to personalized checking accounts with online and mobile capabilities, Heritage Community Bank can take care of all your banking needs. Visit us online at hcbonline.us, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
At many dealerships, you get what you'd expect. Games, gimmicks, and shady sales tactics. At Gateway Nissan in Greenville, expect the unexpected. Low prices, convenient service, and a great buying experience.
Get our Gateway exclusive lifetime powertrain warranty.
No worries for life.
You deserve the unexpected. It's the #1 reason you gotta get to Gateway.
Shop online at gatewaynissangreenville.com.
Or take the super short drive down Highway 11E to Gateway Nissan in Greenville.
At Marathon Quick Stop Markets, you'll find a company that realizes that our customers are our biggest assets. We are a locally owned company, proud to serve our community. So we do everything with you in mind. We clean and sanitize our stores, provide a well-lit, monitored area to keep you and your family safe. You can always expect a friendly staff and a large selection of products with weekly specials. Stop in at a nearby Marathon Quick Stop Market today.
So why sit on the sidelines when you could be driving a brand new Chevrolet, GMC, or Cadillac from Bachman Bernard in Greenville? Choose from the Silverado, Sierra, Terrain, Acadia, Equinox, Trax, Trailblazer, or Blazer. And wrap yourself in elegance and style while driving a Cadillac, Lyric, or the best vehicle on the planet, the Cadillac Escalade. So don't stumble, bumble, and fumble your way with other dealers. If we don't have it, we'll get it. Make the short trip to Bachman Bernard Chevrolet GMC Cadillac in Greenville, where we will save you money.
Tommie's Plumbing has been in business for 30 years, and we're still growing because we treat our customers like family. We are proud to do any job from kitchen faucet installation to a complete home repipe. Tommie's Plumbing offers warranties on most products installed by our technicians. When the job is done, our friendly professionals make sure to clean up. We invite you to visit our new showroom in Jonesboro to see our quality products for yourself. Tommie's is the only one to call when you need a fast, reliable, professional plumber in the Tri-Cities.
My dad was born here in 1933. The Terry family has been around East Tennessee since that time, almost 100 years now. Over the past 25 years of my career, I've had the opportunity to represent East Tennesseans all over the country. When we say, let our family help your family, we mean that. That is something we live by here at the Terry Law Firm. You have my word that we will represent your family just like you're part of our family.
And we welcome you back here from the Black Hole on homecoming night, where Chuckey-Doak leads Claiborne 7-0 here at the halftime break. So a big score early on, but that was about it between these two offenses. Couple big defensive stands for the Black Knight defense. Let's get you updated with everything that went down through those first 2 quarters of play. First drive, as Claiborne deferred to the second half, Chuckey-Doak received the opening kickoff, a drive that lasted 3 minutes, 45 seconds. They ended up turning it over on downs. They moved the ball effectively, but couldn't get it done on 4th down. You turn it over to Claiborne, who converts a couple times. They moved the sticks, but then turned it over on downs on their own. Then Chuckey-Doak had the ball. They took that drive, and then they had the first couple minutes of the second quarter run off, and it was at 9:10 left to go in the second quarter where we scored our first and only touchdown of the game, a 35-yard touchdown strike from Kipton Ball to Dom Honlin. That opened up the scoring in tonight's ball game. Claiborne with a chance to answer. They had to punt after converting a couple first downs. Chuckey-Doak then had the football. They moved it all the way down into plus territory, but had that turnover on downs, to give it back to Claiborne. And then Claiborne with the ball, 2-minute drill. They drove it down and then fumbled in the red zone after the big first down conversion. You were knocking on the door for points, And, hey, didn't turn out like you'd expected, but a forced fumble from Danny Turberville, Derek, you're going to have to take over here. Read off these stats from the first half. Big stop to end the half anyways from Chuckey-Doak. And that's how we have it through one half of play.
Oh, yeah, so let's go over to some stats here as Matthew was struggling there for a second. So pretty much for the Chuckey-Doak side, we have Dom Holland, senior, wide receiver, 16-yard reception. And we continue on with Kipton Ball. 40 total yards in that first half. Kipton Ball was really facilitating the defense the best he could possibly be doing there. Really did a nice job on the ground, through the air. Kipton Ball was able to facilitate very well.
Where are we at here?
I just got done with Kipton Ball.
Okay, Kipton, a great night so far. 6 of 8, very efficient. You talked about how he's doing on the ground as well?
Yeah.
Hey, he's did pretty good, huh?
Yes, he's very well.
Let's turn it over to Claiborne, another offensive, slower-moving offensive team, but they moved the ball, just couldn't convert it into points in that first half. Offensively, Caden Lovin, the quarterback, 5 of 8 for 58 yards. Did have 6 carries for 33 yards in that first half. Aiden Rourke, their workhorse of a running back, 41 yards on the ground, 130 total offensive yards for the Bulldogs through one half of play. 72 came on the ground. Chuckey-Doak ran the ball effectively. Braden Green on 10 carries, 40 yards. A busy man in that first half. 91 yards passing, 49 on the ground for a Black Knight offense. He puts up 140 through the air. Dom Honlin, the leading pass catcher for the Knights, 2 catches for 39 yards. Still just 7 points to show for it, though.
Yeah, I mean, you can have as many stats as you can possibly have. You can have the best stat record ever. But if you don't put points on the board, it's all for naught. And right now, Chuckey-Doak, they've had opportunities to get points. They've had 2 now, 4th down, turnover on downs that really could have turned into points, because now you left Claiborne in this football game going into the second half. And Claiborne's offense doesn't look sloppy. They look really good. They're continuing to put pressure on you. This is still anybody's ball game here going into the second half.
Got some scores, got some updates from teams across the region. We'll get you updated with all those when we come back and enter our Friday night scoreboard update. Derek Tarleton going to bring you that when we return here in the Heritage Community Bank halftime report here on First Horizon Green Sports Zone.
So why sit on the sidelines when you could be driving a brand new Chevrolet, GMC, or Cadillac from Bachman Bernard in Greenville? Choose from the Silverado, Sierra, Terrain, Acadia, Equinox, Trax, Trailblazer, or Blazer. And wrap yourself in elegance and style while driving a Cadillac, Lyric, or the best vehicle on the planet, the Cadillac Escalade. So don't stumble, bumble, and fumble your way with other dealers. If we don't have it, we'll get it. Make the short trip to Bachman Bernard Chevrolet GMC Cadillac in Greenville, where we will save you money.
Tommie's Plumbing has been in business for 30 years, and we're still growing because we treat our customers like family. We are proud to do any job from kitchen faucet installation to a complete home repipe. Tommie's Plumbing offers warranties on most products installed by our technicians. When the job is done, our friendly professionals make sure to clean up. We invite you to visit our new showroom in Jonesboro to see our quality products for yourself. Tommie's is the only one to call when you need a fast, reliable, professional plumber in the Tri-Cities.
Whether you ride, haul, or work, CNC has what moves you from dirt roads to job sites. We've got the gear to get you there. Hardworking equipment, helpful people, and honest advice. Whether you haul tools, toys, or livestock, CNC Custom Trailers has the equipment you need and the upgrades you want. CNC Custom Trailers, where you're more than just a customer, you're a neighbor.
Other assistant coaches.
All right, welcome back here to the First Horizon Green Sports Zone Heritage Bank halftime report here. We're going to look over some scores in Region 1. We'll start off with the Johnson County traveling to Abington, Virginia, and Abington leading that one right now 21-0 in the second quarter. We can continue on with Division 1, Region 1 scores at halftime. Obviously, Chuckey-Doak leads Claiborne 7-0. Also at the half, Cosby leads Cloudland 22-16. As we continue at the half, Cott County is trailing Sevier County 35-0. Second quarter, last reported, South Green leads Cumberland Gap 41-0. Second quarter, Jefferson County and Dobbins-Bennett is tied at 14 apiece. First quarter with a 1 minute and 49 seconds on the clock. This was the last report. Elizabethton leads Granger County 14-0. First quarter, Greenville leads Cherokee 14-0. North Green leads Jellicoe in the second quarter 12-7. Morristown East trailing Science Hill in the second quarter 35-0. David Crockett trails Tennessee High 22-0. Hampton leads Unaka 60-6 in the second quarter. That was last reported. And Gatlinburg-Pittman leading West Green in the second quarter 35-0. As we continue on looking at scores, Pigeon Forge trailing Polk County at the half 14-6. We'll be back here in about a minute here on the Heritage Bank halftime report here. Ready for the kickoff. Matthew will join us right back after this.
At Heritage Community Bank, we offer local banking with local decisions. Stop by any of our 3 convenient locations and see how Heritage Community Bank can serve your needs. We're here to stay. We're not for sale. We're not merging. We're local, and we intend to stay that way. From small business banking to personalized checking accounts with online and mobile capabilities, Heritage Community Bank can take care of all your banking needs. Visit us online at hcbonline.us, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
And we welcome you back here from the Black Hole. Homecoming night festivities at the halftime break as they honored the Knights of the Decades, I guess you could call it. Several players and coaches who have made their impact here on the Chuckey-Doak football program throughout the years. Saw so many familiar faces, Derek. It's so good to see those guys who have built this program from all the way back to the 1970s. And I know that seems a long way away for us, but we're seeing our teachers, our coaches of yesteryears go out there. It's a good thing to see at the halftime break.
Oh, it's beautiful to see. These are all the people that came before us to give us what we love, which was football. I mean, I remember just moments of maybe in high school, coaches coming up saying, hey, you going to be at the game? Players coming up saying, hey, you going to be at this game? This game's going to be a big game. As a student, I never played football, but as a student, being in that student section and getting pumped to see our fellow classmates out there, it was a big deal.
Well, you got us updated with the halftime scores from around the region. Also wanted to pick your brain. Second half adjustments. Let's start with Chuckey-Doak, both offensively and defense. How can the Black Knights pick up where they left off and improve, put a little bit more points up on the board in this third quarter?
Chuckey-Doak needs to stay ahead of the chains. They had a couple, both drives they died out on in the fourth down conversions. They was kind of struggling on penalties, on getting loss of yardage. So they need to clean that up on offense. Defensively, you're going to have to stop the run game. If you can stop Claiborne's run game, you're going to force them to have to throw the football more. And as the time goes on, if they continue to trail, they're going to throw the football more. Once they start throwing the football more, you're going to have to drop more people back in coverage, but your front four have to stop the run.
And then for Claiborne, they struggled to put up points, but they moved the ball. And then defensively, they held Chuckey-Doak to just 7 first-half points. What adjustments need to be made for the Bulldogs come this second half?
Yeah, defensively, you're going to have to watch between that 5 to 15-yard slant pass that Chuckey-Doak's been killing you with, because once they hit that, they make your safeties have to move up or your linebackers drop back, and they're either going to run or pass. Defensively, you're just going to have to get out here offensively, you're just going to have to get out here and get some points. You're kicking yourself in the foot awful lot.
Dom Honlin going to kick things off as we begin our second half of action. The kickoff moved up to the Claiborne 45-yard line. A rare sight, but it was that double personal foul that we saw right before the break. So a rare time you kick it off in plus territory already. So Claiborne backs against the wall. They'll set up shop from their own 20. Matthew Palazzo, Derek Tarleton here, elevated field side from the Black Hole. Scott Anthony, our cameraman for the evening, showing us our imagery here from Lower Afton. Underneath the waxing gibbous moon on a Friday night, on homecoming night in Lower Afton. Terrific, terrific night so far, I think. Just need to put more points on the board. Power play coming out of the gates for this Claiborne rushing attack, who Derek said you needed to stop to start this third quarter. Aiden Rourke, a busy man in the first two. He gets the first nod here to start the third. So second and about 7 after the 3-yard carry on first down. That's how we begin.
Yeah. Inside zone to the right side, have a guard pull over, get another block there. Claiborne's doing a lot of these pull-over guard styles, getting a lot of blockers in front of Rourke. Rourke's a big guy, but when you got blockers in front of him, it's going to be very hard to get to him.
Claiborne with 3 men to the boundary here. They'll hand it off to Rourke once again, following that right tackle, and Spencer Nunley going to come in late for the tackle, assisted by Marcus Britt coming up from that linebacker position. Another third down situation who we saw in that first half. Claiborne converting on several of those third downs. Chuckey-Doak needing to button down here on 3rd and short.
Yeah, Claiborne can convert on these third downs a lot of different ways. Loving can take it on a quarterback run. They can hand it off to Rourke. They can do quick play action, pass games. Chuckey-Doak needs a big stop here. Their front 4 to 5 guys need a huge stop here.
Chuckey-Doak going to load the box here. 7 men near the line of scrimmage, and Rourke once again getting his number called on 3rd and inches and near the line to gain. Looks like he will have it and more. So it'll move the chains for our first Marsh Propane first down of the 3rd quarter.
Again, you're just going to go up the middle. If you can't stop them going up the middle, they're just going to do that all the time. 3rd and short, run it up the middle. You kind of know if it's going to be in 3rd and 2 or shorter who it's going to go to. It's going to go to Rourke because nobody can stop him. And he's falling forward. When he gets hit, he's not going backward. He's falling forward, which is making it a lot harder on this Chuckey-Doak defense.
Claiborne in the all-whites will take it right to left as we open up this second half of play. They convert on their first third down of the quarter. A little more condensed of a formation here. They're going to send McDaniel in motion from the left to right. A sniffer back in there at the H along the right side. And Claiborne going to call a timeout here early in the 3rd quarter. We'll take a step aside. 10:05 left to play here in the 3rd. Your score remains Chuckey-Doak 7, Claiborne 0.
Whether you ride, haul, or work, CNC has what moves you from dirt roads to job sites. We've got the gear to get you there. Hard-working equipment, helpful people, and honest advice. Whether you haul tools, toys, or livestock, CNC Custom Trailers has the equipment you need and the upgrades you want. CNC Custom Trailers, where you're more than just a customer, you're a neighbor.
No more sitting in a waiting room when you're feeling awful. Bailiton Drug Company now offers a all-in-one test kit. Just pick it up at 515 Van Hill Road in Bailiton. Take it home and test once for COVID.
Quick timeout out of the break, and we welcome you back. 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs from their own 30. Black Knight's going to send some pressure off the edge, and Rourke going to surge forward for a 3-4-yard gain, call it. Bring up 2nd and 6 coming out of the second productive carry. I mean, Rourke tagged with a number of these carries. He's yet to be stopped for negative yardage, just continues to churn those legs and pick up positive yardage.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to continue to get 3 to 4 yardage on first down, why not hand it to him? Because that puts you in a much better situation on offense because now you can throw or pass or run. I guess throw and pass is the same thing. But it puts you in a lot of easier down and distance. And now Chuckey-Doak, they're going to have to figure out a way to get in the backfield.
Loving the shotgun snap. It'll be the first pass play here in the second half. A slant thrown to McDaniel. He connects for the first down conversion. He gets pushed back by a trio of tacklers, but it is enough to reach out beyond the marker and convert on another Marsh Propane first down.
A beautiful pass, beautiful catch. Claiborne showed a couple of times. At the end of that first half, they showed a great backdoor kind of throw there. Right there, another one, perfect. A little bit high, but the receiver was able to climb that ladder, get to it, hold the ball. Great job by Chuckey-Doak to meet him when he got to the ground. But still, Claiborne gets another first down there.
Claiborne, their second offensive conversion on third down as we come out of the gates of this third quarter. 3-minute-plus drive now as Lovin will take the snap, hand it off to the halfback. That's going to be Aiden Rourke, rumbling forward for a gain of 7 or 8 there on first down. And Claiborne, they moved the ball well in the first half. They continue to move it well here in the second. Chuckey-Doak still just a little bit more bend coming out of the gates defensively here in the third. Looks like we got a player dealing with a cramp on that far hash. That was one of the guards for Claiborne. And we're going to take an injury timeout, step aside, and allow him to work it out with the athletic training staff on that far sideline. So we'll take a break, come back when we're all done here on the field. 8:28 left to go here in the third. Chuckey-Doak still leading 7-0 over Claiborne.
At Food City, we make it easy for you to shop your way. Order online and pick it up curbside, or have it delivered straight to your door with Instacart or DoorDash. Nobody does food like Food City. And now, get it straight from our doors to yours.
One thing we all have in common is the need for a good running vehicle.
Here at 107 Tire and Service Center, we make that achievable with our affordable prices on repairs. Our certified techs equipped to work on any major or minor repair from brakes to engine replacements, and we offer high-quality parts and a 12-month or 12,000-mile parts and labor warranty on most repairs. Come and see us at 6256 Irwin Highway in Chuckey, Tennessee, or give us a call at 620-4970.
8:05 left to play here. Coming out of the injury timeout, power run play for the Bulldogs, and Rourke gets the call on 2nd and short. He'll surge forward another Marks Propane first down after the Bulldogs convert for a third time on this current drive. They've marched 35 yards down from their initial spot down at the 20, moving the ball quite effectively as they move it into plus territory.
Another great run there by Rourke. Again, if it's not broke, don't fix it. Why would you want to change your game plan if you can just continue to run the ball down Chuckey-Doak's throat? And until Chuckey-Doak shows that they can stop you, I would keep doing that.
Fresh set of downs for the Bulldogs as they march into the Black Knight territory. Showing the backfield, Lovin and Rourke. Two receivers to the left. The H-back comes in motion, and McDaniel will follow suit. Another touch pass for the wideout, and he'll scamper out of bounds near the opposing 40-yard line. And we've seen that touch pass again. That's Caden Williams, and another productive play there on first down. You cut the down-to-go distance in half, and the Bulldogs continue to move the ball upfield.
Yeah, you got to keep them. You got to keep Chuckey-Doak's defense honest here. You don't want to keep going inside run, because if you do that, then Chuckey-Doak's just going to start piling every player they have into that defensive, what I call bubble, in between the linebackers, about 5 yards from the linebackers to the defensive line. They're going to keep piling people there, so you do those jet sweeps right there, those touch passes. That's a perfect play there to keep Chuckey-Doak's defense having to play on the outside perimeter.
2nd and 6 for the Bulldogs from the Chuckey-Doak 41. Another handoff to Rourke, and he is met off the left side. Skylar Davis, the sophomore, coming in from his corner position with that black cat. And that was a big bop. We heard it from all the way up here, at the very top of the stands. What a hit from the sophomore. The ball popped free, but Rourke ruled down on the play. So a gain of no yards will bring up 3rd and 6 from the same spot, that 41 just off the left hash.
That's the second time we saw Skylar Davis make a big hit, but against Rourke, we've been talking about it all night. He's a big guy. So Skylar Davis making that hit now makes Rourke think, dang, okay, we got some people who can actually hit me here and not make me move.
First time Rourke has not had a positive run play here tonight. Lovett gets the snap. He rolls to his right, and he'll throw it down at the left tackle's feet. That's got to be grounding. He was pressured by Gustavo Alvarez and Danny Turberville. 3rd and long, and that was the play call for the Bulldogs. And I'm not sure what the delay is here on the field for. It's surely going to be intentional grounding. No receiver in sight. He turned around and chucked it at the left tackle's feet.
Yeah, there's the flag right there. Looked like he was just trying to get rid of it to get away from the sack, but that's what the intentional grounding is there for, is to make sure that he can't just get rid of it and avoid the sack.
And it will be grounding as the white hat, Gary Compton, who we saw last night at Camp Creek, rules. So it'll back it. It's a loss of a down, and it's a loss of 5 yards. Spot foul from the 50, and that's going to back Claiborne up. And just a brutal beat there. Turns what would have been a 3rd and long from the 45 all the way to now your own 45, where you're forced to punt in a 4th and 20.
Yeah, that's a big, and that might not look like a big thing. I'm wondering, why did they do that? And the reason is because now instead of having the ball at your own 20, you could potentially have the ball at your own 40. Chuckey-Doak is playing field position, and they're winning the field position battle right now.
Absolutely, and that's a big stop. A first drive of the third quarter that takes 6 minutes, nearly 6 minutes off the clock. It was 6:23. Claiborne going to kick it away. Aiden Rourke to punt it across, and Don Matchson back to receive a ball that just stays deadlocked in the air. No rotation, and it will take a Claiborne roll all the way inside of the 20. Black Knight's going to have a long distance to go. They want to reach that end zone across their own 19, where this offense will set up shop for the first time coming out in the second half.
The way this offense has looked so far in this game, especially in the first half, being down at your own 19-yard line isn't a big deal. They've been able to move the ball in so many different ways, running the football, passing the football, even Kipton Ball's getting in the running game. This Chuckey-Doak offense looks unstoppable right now, unless they hurt themselves. That's what's been killing Chuckey-Doak's offense as of right now.
And they've moved it so incredibly well. 140 yards of offense, though, all that goes to show for it in those first 2 quarters. They did turn it over on downs twice in that first half, scoring with that touchdown pass to Dom Honlin early in that second quarter. And with 6:13 left to go, Kipton ball and the troops will head out for the first time here in the third. Dom Atchison, crafty play in the backfield, but stopped as Claiborne able to bring pressure off the edge. That was the corner. Caden Williams coming up to make the play for the loss of 7 on Atchison. A flag does fly in late near the line of scrimmage. Typically in the spot we normally see holding called.
Yeah, normally you get those holding calls on these jet sweeps. A lot of moving pieces into this.
And it will be declined by Claiborne. Rightly so, I think. You accept it, and it's 1st and 20. Why not just decline it, and you got 2nd and 17. So you're giving up the 3 extra yards, but a loss of a down for the most part for Chuckey-Doak coming out of that holding call. Under 6 to go. Ball will send 3 receivers to his left. Marcus Britt, the reserve tailback, comes in. Offset to his left. Ball, the snap. He'll look to his left. A quick screen for the Black Knights. Atchison's got it near the middle of the field. One man to this near sideline as he was taking it across the grain, or against the grain, if you will. And Claiborne able to read it well and stop the Black Knights on 2nd and long. Gain of 3 on the play.
It's a big play for Claiborne because now it's 3rd and long. You have an idea of what's going to happen. Most likely they're going to have to, Chuckey-Doak's going to have to pass it here, which means now you can play your traditional defense, your 4-4 defense that we was talking about pregame. Have your guys drop back. Don't let nobody get behind you. Stay in front of them and be able to break this pass down.
And it's carbon copy what you want if you're playing that cover 3. You drop, 7 into coverage. You have the 4 rushing the passer, and you got those 3 men deep. They're actually going to roll to a 2-high safety look, and Kipton ball going to take the snap, a drop back pass to his left. Pass intended for Braxton Lowe, and it's picked off.
And the ball gets picked off by the Bulldogs.
Noah Burke, the sophomore, coming in from the safety position. Ball a little bit behind Lowe, and Burke able to come in, make a huge play for Claiborne, and a very short field for this Claiborne offense to work with.
Well, that's what happens when you have people in the backfield, defenders in the backfield quickly. Kipton ball wasn't able to step in completely into that pass because he had defenders right in his face. So he wasn't able to step fully into the pass, let the pass a little bit short, and a great diving interception there for the defender.
An exceptional play on defense there by the Bulldogs, and Noah Burke will give the Bulldog offense a much shorter field to work with. Black Knights bringing pressure. Love it. Looks to his left. It's a quick screen thrown to Ford. Ford juking a defender, hit by Atchison near sideline. And he's forced out, and a good surge forward for a gain of about 4 yards there on 1st down. This Bulldogs offense threatening for what seems like the first time tonight.
That now seems like that interception just put a little bit of life in for this Bulldog offense. We was noticing the sideline seemed a little down. The crowd seemed a little down. These lower games kind of takes the crowd out of it. Claiborne's doing exactly what they want to do here in this game so far.
Well, going back to that intentional grounding, which backed you up, forced you to punt, and then you get the holding call for Chuckey-Doak, and you're back in business now after forcing the turnover. Love it. The touch pass once again. Left to right goes Caden Williams off the edge, and he'll stick his foot in the ground, cut up field. Two flags, flying late towards the right side of the line of scrimmage, and the white stripes will converge, or the stripes rather will converge. Talk this one over. 4:34 left to go here in the third quarter. Claiborne threatening, knocking on the door to the Gary's Paint and Body red zone. Head umpire going to issue the ruling. It is holding against the Bulldogs. Fortunate bounce there for the Black Knights. So erase the gain of 5 on the play. That's going to back them up to where they'll now face a 2nd and 18 from the Chuckey-Doak 35.
Both teams are kicking themselves in the foot with these penalties. We've seen this frequently with Chuckey-Doak. Claiborne, they played a pretty clean first half when it came to penalties, but now the second half they're kind of hurting themselves on penalties. Same thing with Chuckey-Doak. Both teams have to be disciplined.
Black Knight's going to rush for 11. A quick screen pass, bottom of the field. Danny Turberville, have yourself a night. Forced fumble and a tackle for loss added to his stat line, and with under 5 to play, you're going to back Claiborne up all the way to a 3rd and 19. Crucial stop there on 2nd down. Big play by the senior Turberville.
Turberville seems like he's got a house in this backfield. He had a tackle for loss in the first half, had a tackle for loss right here, gets that fumble, He is having a game, and that is exactly what you want to see for a Chuckey-Doak defense that has struggled here as of late to have some players step up in a big way.
Absolutely. You love to see your stars shine bright on the big stage, and Tuberville's been a guy who's made his presence known the last couple of weeks. Lovett going to drop back to pass. He's looking for a man deep, far sideline, and this one falls incomplete as the Claiborne receiver slides out, hits the fence, the chain link fence nearest to us.
Pass is incomplete.
Pass intended for Riley Carmack, the sophomore wideout, and that falls incomplete to force a 4th and 19 from the left hash. And if you're Claiborne, you might as well just leave the offense on the field, try to heave one up, maybe a Hail Mary. No sense in punting it here in plus territory at the Chuckey-Doak 36.
Yeah, this is one of those plays you're going to pull in the bag of tricks real deep, try to get something going here for Claiborne. Chuckey-Doak, you just want to play back. Play zone. Do not let them get this first down.
I'm just taking a shot to the end zone. Maybe you get a glorified punt, even if it is intercepted. Lovin going to roll to his right, a pass deep, and it's caught. Christopher Ford, far sideline. Claiborne converts on 4th and 19. They'll move the chains with a Mars Propane first down and march into the Gary's Paint and Body red zone on the unlikeliest of first down conversions.
That right there just kind of felt like it took the wind out of the Chuckey-Doak sails. And I mean, why? That would take the wind out of the sails. 4th and 19. And they come out here and complete that. That is a tough break. A good break for Claiborne, a tough break for Chuckey-Doak.
1st and 10 for the Bulldogs from the Chuckey-Doak 15. Lovin, the shotgun snap. It was a directly to him, and it hit him in the hands, fell on the turf. He fumbled it, makes a man miss, and dives towards the goal line. Just short, it seems, marked down at that 3-yard line, but a botched play, near catastrophe for the Bulldogs, and it ends up being a first down run for Caden Lovin.
Again, making something out of nothing. Why not? If it's going to hit your hands, you might as well make the run. If you wasn't ready for it, was able to control the ball, bring it in, and then make something out of nothing right there.
7 carries, 43 yards for the Claiborne quarterback, and they're going to break the huddle in a goal-to-go situation. A team averaging just 8.5 points per game. And Coach Lee going to take a timeout, talk things over with his offense. We'll take a step aside. 2.5 to go here in the third. Chuckey-Doak backs against the wall. They lead at 7-0 over Claiborne here in the Bachman Bernard Game of the Week, presented by Tommie's Plumbing.
Unfortunately, laundry is for everyone. Luckily, so is 70 and Summer Coin Laundry. As Greenville's first-in-class laundromat, 70 and Summer Coin Laundry proudly offers Greene County and the surrounding areas an always clean and video-monitored environment to safely utilize their coin and card-operated machines that have the option to operate in both Spanish and English language, and their high-capacity washers and dryers. And for your convenience, detergent, fabric, softener, and snack machines are available. So finally, Laundry Day can be your favorite day at 70 and Summer Coin Laundry, located at 1045 West Summer.
2.5 to play here in the third quarter. Claiborne knocking on the door. 1st and goal. They go to the I formation, hand it off to the tailback, Aiden Rourke, who pushes his way across the goal line. Touchdown Bulldogs. Claiborne 1 point away from tying this one up.
I believe everybody in the stadium knew who it was going to. Why not give it to Aiden Rourke? He's had a terrific day so far, has not been stopped in the inside, in the inside of that defense. Why not give him an extra blocker set up in the eye and then hand it to him? Brilliant play call there by Claiborne.
2:26 left to go in the quarter, and a 3-yard touchdown plunge for Aiden Rourke. And Claiborne, pending the extra point, going to match things up with Chuckey-Doak here late in this third quarter. Just a brilliant drive, like you said, the conversion on 4th and long, despite the penalty, and you're able to convert, you're able to get in a goal-to-go situation. A couple plays made by Caden Lovin, and you score for the first time tonight. Kick is through the uprights and good, and we're all tied up, 7 apiece here. 2.5 to go in the third quarter. Chuckey-Doak looks to respond when we come back. You're listening to the Bachman Bernard Game of the Week, presented by Tommie's Plumbing.
So why sit on the sidelines when you could be driving a brand new Chevrolet, GMC, or Cadillac from Bachman Bernard in Greenville? Choose from the Silverado, Sierra, Terrain, Acadia, Equinox, Trax, Trailblazer, or Blazer. And wrap yourself in elegance and style while driving a Cadillac, Lyric, or the best vehicle on the planet, the Cadillac Escalade. So don't stumble, bumble, and fumble your way with other dealers. If we don't have it, we'll get it. Make the short trip to Bachman Bernard Chevrolet GMC Cadillac in Greenville, where we will save you money.
Tommie's Plumbing has been in business for 30 years, and we're still growing because we treat our customers like family. We are proud to do any job from kitchen faucet installation to a complete home repipe. Tommie's Plumbing offers warranties on most products installed by our technicians. When the job is done, our friendly professionals make sure to clean up. We invite you to visit our new showroom in Jonesboro to see our quality products for yourself. Tommie's is the only one to call when you need a fast, reliable...
Coming out of the break, and Claiborne going to go with a rabbit out of the hat, an onside kick, and the Bulldogs recover. It bounces off of the Black Knight return team, and the onside kick recovered by a Claiborne offense who just scored for the first time tonight. All tied up 7-7 as we welcome you back to the Black Hole. Things have gone from bad to worse for the Black Knights, and Claiborne with a short field to drive, taking up shop from the Black Knight 40.
That caught everybody off guard, looked like. I mean, you wouldn't expect the onside kick. And that was just a great design by Claiborne. Now they're attacking again.
Pretty good, pretty well executed onside kick, and you got the ball back. Once again, a handoff to Rourke, who just had the 3-yard touchdown score. And with 2:15 left to go, he'll run forward for a gain of 1, hit a brick wall. Do have a couple of local scores to update you on from Mossheim. The Highlanders take a 49-0 lead over West Green. Gatlinburg-Pittman undefeated on the season. That game's still over in the third quarter. Do have a Black Knight down dealing with a cramp, it seems like, from the 40. A couple other updates. Fire that Kikers cannon. Greenville scores. They take a 35-0 lead over Cherokee with 7 minutes still left in the second quarter. And that's a second consecutive blowout for a WCYB televised game. Anyway, I digress. I move on. At the half, North Green leads Jellicoe 12-7. An interesting score. I want to know how they got there. We'll research that. And then at the half in Region 1 2A play, Tyler Nichols reporting South Green leading Cumberland Gap now 48-0. 3 minutes ago, Nash Rader breaking off a 59-yard touchdown run to begin the second half. So that game has now started its third quarter. We got 2 minutes left in the third quarter here. It looks like we're going to wrap up early. Brian Staten and Coach Carter making the trip to Cumberland Gap where they make that fine water on a Friday night. And it looks like Spencer Nunley going to shake things off, get that cramp worked out, and up and off under his own powers. That's a good sight to see. 2 minutes, 6 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. All those local scores updated. Couple local teams in good standing here on a Friday night. Meanwhile, Chuckey-Doak in a low-scoring dogfight with the Claiborne Bulldogs from New Tazewell. Receiver in motion. Rourke going to get the handoff on 2nd and 9. He'll power forward and reach for that 35-yard line. Good for a gain of 4 on the play. It just seems like Aiden Rourke continues to move forward no matter what.
Have yourself a day. Continue to move forward. Continue to fall forward. He was dragging 4 defenders right there before he was finally able to get brought down. Aiden Rourke is bringing this game himself. He said, you know what? Just put the game on my back. Let me get us in a third and manageable, and then we can let our whole offense move on.
19 carries for Aiden Rourke here tonight, and looks like the official going to tell Skylar Davis to get off the field. Maybe a equipment malfunction for Davis on the near sideline. Or a knee pad issue. Always love to see that. Good old knee pad issue. Claiborne goes with a hard count, draws the Black Knight defense offsides, and seems like if it is indeed offsides, which it surely will be, it will back up Chuckey-Doak even further, and that'll be a rare Marsh Propane first down thanks to the penalty, and Claiborne will have a fresh set of downs from the Chuckey-Doak 30.
We saw this last week. When it came into the South Green, or 2 weeks ago, when we saw South Green Chuckey-Doak play. Chuckey-Doak was, they were starting to have a little bit of fouls, a little bit of penalties, of just procedure penalties, stuff that you don't need to have.
Aiden Rourke with his 20th carry of the night, and he'll dive past the 30-yard line for a gain of about 3 on the play. Under a minute to go here in the third quarter. Chuckey-Doak has only ran 3 offensive plays here in the second half. Claiborne has controlled it thanks to the onside kick, thanks to the turnover forced, and they're threatening to score once again.
Yeah, Claiborne said, you know what, Chuckey-Doak's offense has moved really good in that first half. So how we're going to defend it is just keep them off the field. Let's control this game, control the time of possession, which they have. I believe we haven't saw, like you said, 3 plays. We haven't saw Chuckey-Doak, feels like, on offense in a hot minute. Claiborne's really doing what they want to right here.
Loving the quarterback power, and the play blown dead before it can unfold. Late hit there by Lovin. Don't typically see the quarterback deal out the late hits, I guess you could say. Usually he's the recipient, but a flag that's going to get thrown against the Black Knight defense, it looks like, and will march even further into Black Knight territory. So offsides, the call before the play even happened, and now you got second and even shorter for this Bulldog offense.
That's 2 straight procedure penalties in 3 plays. Chuckey-Doak needs to get back into this football game. Need to think about, okay, I don't need to be jumping. I mean, I get it. Aiden Warwick ate his lunch here today, and you're wanting to get a hit on him, but you don't need to be jumping early for any game.
Probably going to be the last play we see here in the third quarter. Clock winding down, under 10 seconds to go. Lovin going to get a play in from the sideline. 2nd and 4 on the field from the right hash. 2 seconds on the clock, 1 second, and Claiborne going to run it down to the quarter's end. We played 3 here from Lower Afton. Chuckey-Doak, Claiborne tied at 7 in a good old-fashioned dogfight. When we return, the 4th and final quarter of action here for our Bachman Bernard Game of the Week presented by Tommie's Plumbing.
In Greenville, we blend beauty with Southern charm. From sharp cuts to flawless color and perfect extensions, we make dream hair real. As milkshake experts, we deliver exclusive treatments, glosses, and pro product advice. Finish your look with nails and waxing done with care. Relax and recharge with our signature Japanese head spa. Come experience the Main Brand difference. At the Main Brand Hair Company,
we wrangle your tangles! At Terry's Flooring, we have quality products along with quality installers that can make your space look better than ever before. The craftsmanship that our installers bring to the job site is unmatched. Along with the great installers, we have a huge selection of hardwood, LVP, tile, and carpet. We know that spending money isn't that easy, but at Terry's Flooring, we care about your money too. Stop on in and see my Popsy at Terry's Flooring and allow him to save you money while enjoying the hassle-free experience.
And welcome back as we start a 4th quarter of play. A low-scoring rock fight between Claiborne and Chuckey-Doak. Both teams looking for their first region win of the season, in store for quite the finish. Claiborne's controlled it, and they've held on to the football for the most part of this second half. Chuckey-Doak's only run 3 plays on the offensive side of the ball, and thanks to that onside kick after Claiborne's first score of the game, they're now driving at the Chuckey-Doak 25-yard line. 2nd and, let's call it 3.5, coming out of the gates to start this 4th quarter. Couple other local updates. South Green is taking a 55-0 lead on Cumberland Gap as Charlie Lane, with his 3rd interception of the night, ends in a pick 6. West Green has scored, cut into that 49-0 lead. They now trail at 49-7 after 3 quarters over in Maasai. And Rourke on the carry. This one near the line of scrimmage. Call it a yard gained on the play as, that was Brewer on the carry, it looked like.
Yeah. Claiborne now in their element. 3rd and short. They can really do whatever, making Chuckey-Doak's defense guess. And Chuckey-Doak's defense looks gassed out there. They've been out there for a long time the second half. So Claiborne can really do whatever they want to here.
Caden Lovin, the quarterback, going to pack it in tight. Chuckey-Doak going to load the box. The handoff to Rourke. He'll dive towards the 20-yard line. And it looks like they're going to give him the benefit of the doubt. Move the chains.
For a first down, Bulldogs.
For a Marsh Propane first down. Knocking on the door to the Gary's Paint Body red zone, now having officially entered it. Claiborne showing no signs of slowing up offensively.
Yeah, give credit to Claiborne. They have controlled this second half in time of possession tremendously. They are continuing to pose their will and show how strong of a team they actually are. Chuckey-Doak, they're going to have to answer and show how much will they actually have to want to fight back.
11 minutes left to go here in the ball game. Lovin breaks the huddle. 2 receivers go out to the left. The slot receiver comes in motion. Rourke, the inside handoff. He'll work off tackle to the left as he's gang tackled by Gustavo Alvarez and Spencer Nunley on the play. So 2nd down and 7 coming up. Rourke continues to move forward.
Again, hand it to Rourke. If he's going to get 3 to 4 yards on every play that you hand it to him, that is a recipe for success. Continue to eat the clock. It's a tie ball game, so you can run this clock down to as low as you want to because you're in field goal range potentially. You're already close enough for the end zone where you can throw it in the end zone. Claiborne has the whole playbook at their disposal. Chuckey-Doak, they need a sack, need a loss for yardage, need an interception. They need something to regain this confidence here.
Caden Lovin, Aiden Rourke share the backfield. 3 receivers set. Lovin rolls out to his right. Hasn't thrown the ball a ton this second half, and he's going to tuck it down and run it. Dom Honlin on the solo tackle near the numbers before Lovin can get out of bounds, and the clock will continue to run. Under 10 to go. And a flag near the line of scrimmage will draw our eyes back to the middle of the field. And something Claiborne dealt with a drive ago before converting on that 4th and 19, Derek. Again, this penalty going to affect the Bulldogs, push him back where they'll redo 2nd down from the Chuckey-Doak 27.
Yeah, now it makes you look and see. Now Chuckey-Doak got the answer they wanted. They got the momentum shift. Now they're going to have to capitalize on it. They do not need Claiborne to get another 2nd and long, 3rd and long, 4th and long conversion here. So Chuckey-Doak, you need to continue to be disciplined on defense, understand your assignments, and get a stop here.
2nd and 18 here from the 27. Lovin, play action pass, looking deep. He's got a man, and Skylar Davis falls off the receiver. A brilliant play by Davis. Just got there a second too late, and the pass reeled in. And Caden Williams continues to hear his name called on the PA. A gain of, call it 12. They're on 2nd down. 3rd and medium for the Bulldog offense.
Yeah, for Skylar Davis, great positioning there. It's just unfortunate that he was 1 second late. For Claiborne, you now put it back to 3rd and manageable. Somehow they continue to find 3rd and manageable, 3rd and manageable. And it's working for them, but I don't know how they keep finding 3rd and manageable.
3rd and 4 here for the Bulldogs. They're going to pack it in offensively, up close and personal, and Aiden Rourke going to power ahead between the tackles on the inside handoff. Gustavo Alvarez comes out of the wreckage with the football. It might be a fumble. No whistle. And so it looks like Chuckey-Doak might have just taken it away from that Claiborne running back. And that seems to be the case. Gustavo Alvarez, the freshman. An impact play, and Chuckey-Doak forces their first takeaway of the night.
Absolute insane play there. We just got done talking about how Chuckey-Doak needed a big play. Chuckey-Doak needed something to change the momentum, and sure enough, they get it. Gustavo Alvarez, a big freshman. I saw him coming up from the 8th grade, understood that he was going to be a problem for this Chuckey-Doak defense, and he is. He gets the big fumble scoop, and now it's Chuckey-Doak ball, and now the momentum has shifted.
And that completely flips the game on its head. Chuckey-Doak, who's only run 3 plays of offense in this second half, going to get the ball back from their own 18. So a long distance to go, but after the takeaway set up by Gustavo Alvarez, you're in business here. Braden Green runs the power run play up the middle, looking to follow a blocker, but gets pushed back late. Gain of about 1 there on 1st down.
It's been a while since we've seen Chuckey-Doak's offense here on the field. Braden Green, he's the heart and soul for this Chuckey-Doak offense early in the season. As the season's got a little bit later, though, Kipton Ball has shown how much he's grown as a passer. You would like to see a lot more passing here for Kipton Ball. You understand you got to make it understandable that you're going to run the football. But Kipton Ball, we've seen how he can throw the football here, and I'm expecting to throw here.
It's actually Marcus Britt on that 1st down carry. He'll stay out onto the field. Chuckey-Doak going to run the speed option right side. Ball will pitch it to Britt, and he'll bounce off, pinballing off of Bulldog defenders all the way past the marker for Marsh Propane 1st down. Good pickup there on 2nd down.
You talk about falling forward. Looked like he flew for about 3 yards there to get that 1st down, but a great job by Britt. Good play call there, too. We haven't seen much of the speed option game here as of late, but that was a really nice play.
So Britt going to labor off the field. Braden Green will return to the playing surface. And this Black Knight offense, after their first conversion of the series, will pick it up from their own 28. Ball with 3 receivers to his left. Green offset to his left. They'll run the speed option this time to the left. Green can't hold on to it. It's on the ground. And Claiborne recovers. Fumble recovery for the Bulldog defense after the botched speed option play. And Claiborne right back where they just were on offense.
That's a killer for the Chuckey-Doak offense. You get the fumble, you get the momentum back on your side, and all of a sudden, you get the fumble. And now Claiborne's right back where they were on offense, as they have been controlling the game. You got 7:19 left in the game. Claiborne could run this clock now as much as they want to. Chuckey-Doak needs a big stop here for defense. They do not need to let this get in their head.
And it looked like Stanton McDaniel, the Bulldog that jumped onto that football, just a self-inflicted penalty there for the Black Knights. Lovett going to take the snap, roll out to his left, looking deep for a man, and scamper along that far sideline before getting pushed down by Braden Green for a gain of about 8 on the play. And still a Black Knight offense that has just not been able to stay out on the field. Just 7 offensive plays, and with 7:10 remaining in the ball game, still deadlocked at 7. Claiborne marching even further now into the Gary's Paint Body red zone in a 2nd and short situation.
Even though Aiden Rourke for Claiborne has been the big carrier to get the run plays going, Claiborne showed a lot of decency. Lovin's been able to run the football a lot. They've been able to get the passing game going. Claiborne showed a lot of different ways to get the football to move.
Inside handoff to Rourke, and he's going to get the edge and rumble forward for a big gain. And inside the 10-yard line, march the Bulldogs. Move the chains. Another Marsh Propane first down for Claiborne.
Follow the blockers. That's what you got to do there. That time he was behind his big number 77 offensive lineman there for Claiborne. That is a humongous play. He was behind Stanton McDaniel. And, I mean, when you got two big boys like that running with the football, it's going to be hard to bring any of them down.
6:40 left to go. Claiborne looking to take the lead. They've yet to score more than 2 touchdowns this season in a game, and quarterback sneak. And Caden Lovett exits the wreckage. He dances into the end zone standing up. Touchdown Claiborne. And they lead it.
Absolutely great play call. Follow the blockers. Get a little push there. Great running back, quarterback sneak there for Lovin. And he didn't stop. He went in there standing, and he was getting slung around like that. That shows you how much strength Lovin has. Great play call there by Claiborne. And now Claiborne leads here by 6.
So after the touchdown, Claiborne leads at 13-7 with 6.5 to go. They're going to line up to run the 2-point conversion in that wishbone set that they were in a play prior. A handoff to Aiden Rourke. He's met at the line of scrimmage. And Gustavo Alvarez going to wrap him up. And looks like just short of the goal line. Fortunately for the Black Knight defense, they make a stand. But the damage done. Claiborne leads it 13-7 with 6.5 left to go in this one. Black Knights need to make a stand when we come back. This is the Bachman Bernard Game of the Week presented by Tommie's Plumbing.
At Marathon Quick Stop Markets, you'll find a company that realizes that our customers are our biggest assets. We are a locally owned company, proud to serve our community. So we do everything with you in mind. We clean and sanitize our stores, provide a well-lit, monitored area to keep you and your family safe. You can always expect a friendly staff and a large selection of products with weekly specials. Stop in at a nearby Marathon Quick Stop Market today.
Hello, friends. This is State Representative David Hawk. Always honored to support our Greenville and Greene County schools and their academic and athletic programs. We are blessed to have great families, teachers, and coaches working hard to ensure a bright future for our students. I'm David Hawk, encouraging all listeners to get involved and stay involved with our young people to help them succeed. We work hard in the classroom through the week.
6:26 remaining. Claiborne takes the lead for the first time tonight after a 6-yard touchdown plunge for the quarterback, Caden Lovett, and Chuckey-Doak, who's turned it over on their 2 possessions in this second half, will have the football trailing by 6, and they'll set up shop from their own 35. Derek, an offense that has been slow to get going here, just 7 plays, 2 turnovers. What needs to happen for the Black Knights to take care of the football and march down the field for a score here with 6.5 left to go?
Be smart. Don't get fancy and play your style of football. It's that simple. Run the football. If you get stopped running the football, throw the football. You've shown you can do it separate ways. but you're going to have to get something here. You're running out of time.
Ball with two receivers to his left, an inside handoff for Britt at the line of scrimmage. He's met. And, Derek, when you get a team like Claiborne who hasn't won a game all season, they get up for these types of games. You give them a lead, and they're going to start playing hard. I believe that's what we're seeing here late in this fourth quarter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter about the season that they've had so far. This is a big region game for Claiborne. They win this, they're right in that mix for their region. Same thing with Chuckey-Doak, but for Claiborne, they're thinking big picture. We can still be in the postseason even with an 0-5 record, so they come out here to play. Chuckey-Doak needs to respond.
Chuckey-Doak looking to avoid falling to 0-3 in region standing. They'll run the touch pass here for Dom Atchison, who stuck his foot in the ground, looked to cut it upfield, and is met before he get back to the line of scrimmage. Loss of 1 on the play for the senior wideout.
Claiborne's got all the momentum in the world. They're looking like a fresh team out there, fresh legs. And they're right now continuing to get in the backfield on this Chuckey-Doak offense. Chuckey-Doak's going to have to figure out some way to get this rushing attack going to kind of mix it up a little bit. You don't want to be just a pass-heavy offense. That's not what you're built for. You're built to be both. But you can't be both when you're behind the sticks on third down.
Knights with the football, trailing by 6. Need to convert on a 3rd and 11 from their own 34-yard line. Ball breaks the huddle. 2 receivers go out either side. Claiborne with 6 defenders in the box. Drop back pass here for Ball. He's looking to his right. He's got a man deep. It's Dom Atchison. He comes down with it. Opposite 40-yard line. Exactly what the doctor ordered. And Dom Atchison with a big 25-yard catch on 3rd down. And the Black Knights move the chains.
Talk about a momentum starter. Right there is it. Beautiful ball by Ball. Perfectly executed, perfectly placed. Atchison, great catch, bringing it down, taking the hit, and going down. Now it's a first down in opponent's territory. That kind of kills the momentum that Claiborne had there for a second. Chuckey-Doak now needs to continue to build on this momentum so that they can have it going into this later part of the season.
And you can hear the collective sigh of relief from the Black Knight faithful. Trip set to the left side. Ball back offset to his left. Another pass, quick screen, bottom of the screen, and Dom Atchison wrapped up 5 yards in the backfield, swarmed by that Claiborne defense. They pile on late, and Dom Atchison going to get awarded forward progress. So stop for officially a loss of 7 on the play, but you get that big 25-yard conversion. Still looking to convert here, but 2nd and 17 now going to make matters much more difficult.
Yeah, we've seen it get pulled out of the hat for Chuckey-Doak. They actually can come back and get this first down. It's only 2nd down. You would think you have 3 downs here because you're not going to punt it here.
Right.
You're going to go for it on 4th down. So you think you have 3 downs here, but Chuckey-Doak needs to get a good chunky yardage to make it a lot more manageable.
2 receivers either side from the left hash. 45-yard line, an inside handoff for Marcus Britt on 2nd and 17. He'll fall forward for a gain of about 4 on the play. And that brings up 3rd and 14 now from the 41.
That's what you needed. You needed something to gain just a little bit of yardage, make this defense honest, run the football. They can technically still run the football here. I just wouldn't run it right towards
I don't want
to
run
77 Stanton.
4 down. Yeah.
I would assume there would be a quick slant here within the 5-yard range because they're playing a lot of safeties back. That's what you'd think.
Shotgun look for the Black Knights. Ball drops back to pass. He'll half roll to his right. He's got a man far sideline, and Dom Honlin reels it in past the marker. Big time conversion on 3rd and 14, and the Black Knights move the chains.
Why not? Why would you want to do 3rd and 4th down when you can just get it on 3rd down like that? Great roll by Kipton Ball. Great throw. Great catch by Honlin. I feel like I said it a lot, but Ball's has been slinging it here tonight. And it's looking really good.
That's tremendous poise from a sophomore as well. Under 3 minutes, backs against the wall to convert on 3rd and long. You connect with your senior wideout. Ball going to get the call again. He'll roll to his left. He's got a man deep, wide open. End zone. Skylar Davis. Touchdown, Black Knights. Tie ball game.
Beautiful ball. And Skylar Davis snuck right behind those safeties. Perfect catch. We got ourselves a ball game here.
From 26 yards out, Kipton Ball rolls to his left. Skylar Davis lost in coverage, gets behind the Claiborne defense, and we're tied at 13.
You could not have drew that play up better. That was executed perfectly.
Skylar Davis Kicked in ball, the pair of sophomores, and on the extra point, Claiborne rushes through the middle, and it looks like they might have jumped the gun. Coach Kaler and that coaching staff on the sideline wants a call, wants a discussion at least with the official, but as of now, we're still tied at 13. Extra point no good with 2.5 to go. You're listening to the Bachman Bernard Game of the Week presented by Tommie's Plumbing.
At many dealerships, you get what you'd expect. Games, gimmicks, and shady sales tactics. At Gateway Nissan in Greenville, expect the unexpected. Low prices, convenient service, and a great buying experience.
Get our Gateway exclusive lifetime powertrain warranty.
No worries for life.
You deserve the unexpected. It's the #1 reason you gotta get to Gateway.
Shop online at gatewaynissangreenville.com.
Or take the super short drive down Highway 11E to Gateway Nissan in Greenville.
Win or lose, it's a family tradition. "24-hour hot breakfast, cold drinks, and a table big enough for the whole team, or just your team. IHOP at Davy Crockett Travel Centers. Breakfast that brings you back. Open 24/7 right off I-81, exit 36.
Well, the Black Knights have new life. We're tied at 13 between Chuckey-Doak and Claiborne with 2.5 left to go. Dom Honlin set to kick it off right to left as we welcome you back from the 40. Honlin puts boot to ball. It rolls end over end into the opposing end zone. And emphasis on the butt here. You score, but the extra point is blocked / tackled the holder, and you're still tied. You can't get the kick off. Surely an offsides there, but fortunately for Claiborne, the flag stays in the pocket, and we're deadlocked at 13.
Yeah, it looked like he was offsides, but for Chuckey-Doak, you can't say, man, why didn't you throw that flag? It doesn't matter. That play is completely gone out of the dust. You're tied game. 0-0 is what you need to think about. 2.5 to play. Defensively, stop Claiborne. If you can stop Claiborne, your offense has a shot. The way that Kipton Ball has been slinging this football, you're just going to give your offense some time, and you're going to have to stop this running attack that Claiborne's been able to do.
So Honlin with the touchback, that's a big-time kick, too, because now Claiborne needs 80 yards to drive it in and punch it in with 2.5 left to go. We've seen it throughout tonight, a much slower moving offense. They've leaned heavy on the run game in Aiden Rourke, and Caden Lovett, he's had his moments and flashes as well. Opening plays, a handoff, and he's tackled in the backfield. Danny Turberville, a big-time stop. He's in the backfield once again.
Danny Turberville is keeping his fingerprints all over this football game. In the backfield yet again, his third tackle for loss. Great read. You could see him. He lined up right against the defensive line. He knew where it was going. He knew which side it was going on. Aiden Ward gets it, looks up, and then right there is Danny Turberville, and he is fierce when he makes those tackles. He ain't just grabbing him and pulling him down. He is slinging him down.
And on his 25th carry of the ball game, Aiden Rourke stopped for a negative loss for the first time tonight. All other 24 carries have been for positive yardage. Under 2 minutes to go now. Maybe a change of a game plan here for Claiborne. They'll run the tunnel screen at the top side of the field, and catching the football, breaking a few tackles is Christopher Ford. That'll do a good chunk of yardage there, and a timeout on the field. Chuckey-Doak wants the ball back. 1:37 left to go. We'll take a 30-second break, return in half a minute. Deadlocked at 13 from the back hole.
Tommie's Plumbing has been in business for 30 years, and we're still growing because we treat our customers like family. We are proud to do any job from kitchen faucet installation to a complete home repipe. Tommie's Plumbing offers warranties on most products installed by our technicians. When the job is done, our friendly professionals make sure to clean up. We invite you to visit our new showroom in Jonesboro to see our quality products for yourself. Tommie's is the only one to call when you need a fast, reliable, professional plumber in the Tri-Cities.
1 minute, 37 seconds remain here on homecoming night in Lower Afton. We're tied at 13, a fun one in this second half. We've gone back and forth. Chuckey-Doak matches it at the 2:32 mark with a touchdown pass from Kipton Ball to Skylar Davis, and Claiborne driving here in a 3rd and long situation. Black Knights call the timeout, hoping for a little bit more time if they can get a 3rd down stop here. Black Knights sending pressure. Lovin drops back, the pass over the middle, and it's knocked away. Dom Honlin, a big pass breakup on 3rd down, nearly coming away with the interception.
Absolutely a big stop. You would have liked that interception there. He was right there, fingertips on it. That's a humongous stop because now Claiborne, they're not going to go for it here this far into their own territory. They're going to have to punt it, and they give plenty of time to this Chuckey-Doak offense. The way that their offense has been electric tonight, plenty of time, minute and a half. Chuckey-Doak's got plenty of time.
It's certainly manageable, and with 90 seconds left to go, that incomplete pass stops the clock, and that timeout just proves even more beneficial for the Black Knights. The punt is away. It crosses the 50, and Dom Atchison going to watch it roll down, take a little bit more time off the clock, and the Black Knights will have the ball at their own 36, 37, call it. And the Black Knights will look to walk this one off. Minute 21 seconds. This is what you were born for, right? What you were made for. The entire season hangs in the balance, it seems. The region up for grabs. If you can get a win here, it'll certainly help your standings. The Black Knights need a win here tonight. They need to knock off Claiborne, and they've got to do it in this final 1 minute, 20 seconds if they hope to win it in regulation.
You could not have written this game better. Both teams struggling. Both teams needing a region win, and we're within a minute and a half, and it's a tie ball game. This is the best style of football we could have had here.
Well, Claiborne going to send the Dogs back, drop a little bit more back into coverage. Ball going to take the snap, drop back pass, rolling out to his right. He's got a man far sideline, and it's skipped in front of Dom Honlin. Incomplete pass will stop the clock on first down.
That's a play that we can live with. No interception, no turnover. Get rid of the football. Didn't lose any yardage. Stops the clock. It's 2nd and 10. You'd like to have something on first down. But that's a play you can live with if you're the Chuckey-Doak offense.
Chuckey-Doak 13, Claiborne 13. Black Knight football with a minute 15 left to go. The Knights driving at their own 38. 2nd and 10 after the incompletion. Ball going to break the huddle. 4 receivers out on the field for Chuckey-Doak. 3 men go to Ball's left, 1 to his right. Marcus Britt, the tailback, offset to his left. A 3-man rush here for the Bulldogs, and Ball takes the snap, looks to his left. Looking for someone over the middle, and he's pressured in the backfield. He spins out of a sack. He'll break another tackle and then slide down near the marker.
Quarterback gets it in the backfield, be 3rd down.
Officially a loss of 1 on the play, and 3rd and 11 coming up for the Black Knights. Timeout on the field. Coach Kaler going to take a moment, talk with his troops. We'll take a step aside, return in 30 seconds. Less than a minute left to go. A fun conclusion in store as we're deadlocked at 13. This is the Bachman-Bernard Game of the Week presented by Tommie's Plumbing.
At Heritage Community Bank, we offer local banking with local decisions. Stop by any of our 3 convenient locations and see how Heritage Community Bank can serve your needs. We're here to stay. We're not for sale. We're not merging. We're local, and we intend to stay that way. From small business banking to personalized checking accounts with online and mobile capabilities, Heritage Community Bank can take care of all your banking needs. Visit us online at hcbonline.us, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
13-13, all tied up with under a minute to go. Chuckey-Doak driving here in this final minute, faced with a 3rd and 11 from their own 36-yard line. Kipton Ball sliding near the sideline, forcing Coach Kaler to take a timeout, talk things over. Derek, what's the call here on 3rd down?
I mean, you're going to have to throw it, I would assume. But, Kipton Ball looks very comfortable moving outside the pocket. I would hit just a quick little screen here, maybe a little bit of a slant.
Well, a fake screen is what it's going to be. Ball looking downfield. He's got Skylar Davis, collides with a cornerback, and Davis comes away. It's bobbled up, and Davis plucks it out of midair. Christopher Ford was there for the interception, and it gets knocked up into the air, and Skylar Davis comes away off the deflection. A big completion of 25 yards, and the Black Knights move the chains.
Absolutely insane play as they just spiked it there to stop the clock.
Heads up play by Kipton Ball. He does spike the football, so it stops the clock. They won't have a chance to come to the numbers. Then the offense is going to stay out on the field. Incomplete pass is what it's rolled in. But, oh, my goodness, what a play. Skylar Davis comes through once again.
That looked like a pick, and if that would have got a pick, that could have been a pick 6. There was nobody within 10 yards besides Skylar Davis around that defender. Ball was through his hands. Great concentration by Skylar Davis to make that catch, though.
29-yard reception, arguably the biggest conversion of the football game. 37 seconds left to play. A deep concept, other side, the ball up, and caught! Dom Atchison, 15 yards downfield, goes up, and the senior makes a play to move the chains. The Black Knight offense continues to roll. 30 seconds left to go. Black Knights looking to break this tie at 13 all. Ball hurries to the line, spikes it once again, and that will stop the clock at 23 seconds. And again, this Black Knight passing attack continues to come through for you. Ball connects with Davis on the most unlikeliest of completions, and then a well-drawn-up play to the top side of the field, and Don Matchison, your senior playmaker, comes down with it with a big 15-yard reception. And now currently driving are the Black Knights, threatening with points. Ball takes a snap on 2nd and 10. He'll roll out to his left. He's got a man. It's Braxton Lowe. He'll dive out, and the ball trapped for now. It's ruled as a completion. Braxton Lowe caught it. And Coach Kaler wants a timeout. He's dancing over to the left side. He'll officially get one. Eventually, all the way down to the 7-second mark. We're going to keep it right here. But a big completion as Braxton Lowe dives out, keeps it from bouncing off the playing surface. Black Knights with no timeouts left, faced with a 3rd and short now. 7 seconds left to go.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still speechless. This turned out to be an insanely rally here for the Chuckey-Doak offense. An offense that had nothing. 3 plays in that 3rd quarter. Had nothing going for him. Comes back out, scores in the 4th quarter, gets the ball back, and now all of a sudden they're pulling magic out of the hat here. And with 7 seconds on the game clock, a 3rd and 1, you would think 1 play, maybe 2 if you can go quick. Chuckey-Doak's got a shot.
Kipton Ball, 4 of his last 4 for 64 yards. He's orchestrated an incredible drive for this Black Knight offense. Underclassmen have come through. Braxton Lowe, the freshman, with a big catch to get you down to the 11-yard line. And the Black Knights with likely just this 1 play left. 7 seconds on the clock. Ball breaks the huddle. 2 receivers either side. A back to his right. He'll drop back, looking to his right. He's got a man open. It's Dom Hodlin into the end zone. Touchdown, Chuckey-Doak, with a second remaining. Dom Hodlin from 11 yards out, and the Black Knights take the lead. It looked like he crossed the goal line with a second left. The officials are going to get together to discuss to see if they put any time on the clock. That's ball game. Walk-off winner for the Black Knights on homecoming night. 19-13, and the Black Knights come back and survive.
What a magical way to finish that game. Walk-off win. A beautiful play call outside. Had man coverage. Kipton Ball with a dime. And Chuckey-Doak gets the walk-off win here on homecoming night. Out of all nights in a region game.
Chuckey-Doak with 2 touchdowns in the final 2.5 minutes. A second half dominated in time of possession by the Claiborne Bulldogs. And on homecoming night in the Black Hole, the Black Knights deliver in an instant classic.
This is absolutely what you dream of as a football fan. I mean, this is both teams can't walk away here feeling bad about this game. Obviously, you're going to feel bad because of the mistakes, the penalties, all that stuff. But Chuckey-Doak comes out here, they get a big region win, and now they are firmly alive for this region race.
Walk-off winner for the Black Knights. 11-yard touchdown from Kipton Ball to Dom Hodlin, his second touchdown catch of the Knights, and the Black Knights win. 19-13 our final. We'll talk about it and so much more as we enter our Heritage Community Bank post-game report. Once more, your final from Lower Afton. It's Chuckey-Doak 19, Claiborne 13. This has been your Bachman Bernard Game of the Week presented by Tommie's Plumbing.
At many dealerships, you get what you'd expect. Games, gimmicks, and shady sales tactics. At Gateway Nissan in Greenville, expect the unexpected. Low prices, convenient service, and a great buying experience.
Get our Gateway exclusive lifetime powertrain warranty.
No worries for life.
You deserve the unexpected. It's the #1 reason you gotta get to Gateway.
Shop online at GatewayNissanGreenville.com.
Or take the super short drive down Highway 11E to Gateway Nissan in Greenville.
Win or lose, it's a family tradition. 24-hour hot breakfast, cold drinks, and a table big enough for the whole team, or just your team. IHOP at Davy Crockett Travel Centers. Breakfast that brings you back. Open 24/7 right off I-81, exit 36.
This is the Bachman Bernard GSZ TV Game of the Week, presented by Tommie's Plumbing, brought to you in part by the 107 Tire and Service Center, the IHOP at the TA Travel Center, exit 36 in Bayleton, by Food City.
And we welcome you back to a raucous crowd, a rowdy environment from Lower Afton. The Black Knights walk it off on homecoming night, 11-yard touchdown with zeros on the board, and Chuckey-Doak escapes. They win it 19-13 on the last play of the game as clock expires. And I'm told that this is so reminiscent. We have so much to talk about, Derek, as we enter into the Heritage Community Bank post-game report. But first, I just want to get your thoughts because I know mine are as scrambled as the eggs I made this morning. Derek, the Black Knights win 19-13. Talk to me.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're a little bit more excited than I am because you're over here standing on a chair, hopping around. But, I mean, I'm still I'm at a loss for words. This game, turns out, it was a back-and-forth affair the whole time. Chuckey-Doak controlled the game the whole first half. And then Claiborne comes out in the whole third quarter and controlled the whole third quarter besides 3 plays.
On homecoming night, no less.
Yeah.
How fitting.
And then gets the onside kick. Claiborne scores again. Chuckey-Doak's down. Chuckey-Doak looks like they're beat. They get a fumble recovery. They're all of a sudden back into it. Both teams fought, but Chuckey-Doak just showed how tough their mental toughness is here tonight.
Well, let's go into this drive chart in this second half as we enter into our Nick Hershey Cardinal Financial scoring recap. We're going to compute all the final stats. There was a lot that happened in that second half. Chuckey-Doak playing offensively. They did not have the football for a large part of that second half, but let's hop into it. Starting in the second half, Claiborne, who deferred to the second half, got the second half kickoff. They opened up with that punt at the end of that first series. And then Chuckey-Doak, if you remember, it was 3 plays in that interception. And Claiborne had the ball inside of the 30, a short field to drive. And then Claiborne responds with their first touchdown of the game with 2:26 remaining in that third quarter. Then, in the blink of an eye, you get the onside kick and you got the football back. But fortunately, even though you had the short field to drive, Gustavo Alvarez, the big freshman who's delivered for you time and time again this season, comes away, just plucks it out of the hands of Aiden Rourke, forces the fumble and recovers it by himself, and then Chuckey-Doak's driving. Into the fourth quarter we go. Black Knights take it downfield, and with 2:32 left to go, Skylar Davis gets behind the defensive coverage, and Kipton Ball delivers an excellent ball over top the safety's head. Touchdown. Black Knights were tied after the blocked extra point. We continue. Claiborne driving late in the game. They had their chances as well, but then they get backed up. Dealing with their backs against the wall now. They couldn't convert on fourth down. They have to punt it. Black Knights from their own 38 with 62 yards left to drive. On third and long, Kipton Ball lost it up left sideline. Skylar Davis, after the ball ricochets around, almost nearly picked. And Skylar Davis comes through with a big 26-yard reception. Dom Atchison, a couple plays later, a big conversion. Braxton Lowe, the freshman, diving out, saving the ball from hitting the turf. And you had it with 7 seconds left, 1 play left to call, and you go to your senior. Dom Honlin runs the out route, right side of the end zone, and the Black Knights walk it off. An instant classic, a thriller from the black hole, and the Black Knights survive 19-13 on homecoming night.
Absolutely terrific game. Chuckey-Doak was faced with adversity here in this game, and especially in the third quarter. Claiborne came back, and Claiborne looked like they was just going to walk away with this in the second half. And all of a sudden, Chuckey-Doak said, no, we're not going down that easy. It's our homecoming night. You're not going to spoil this night for us. Comes out here and plays phenomenal. Dom Holland, Skylar Davis, Kipton Ball. This Chuckey-Doak team, we saw them at the beginning of the year. We saw them with North Green, South Green, and West Green. They was all more of a running team. Let's run it with Braden Green and Marcus Britt. Tonight, they won this game through the air.
And I'm going to go back in the history books for a moment. I was a part of this game in 2019. It was a homecoming game. We were playing Unicoi County. It was a shootout, high scoring, and it went down to the last play of the game. Touchdown, left corner of the end zone, and we walked it off as time expired, much like, well, no, actually, I take it back. It was 30 seconds left. But in my mind, that's how I worked it out. But but so many instant classic. This one just jumped right up there in the mix of one of the greatest finishes the Black Hole has ever seen. What an incredible storyline ending for this win on homecoming night.
Absolutely unbelievable. Historic night. Claiborne, they came out here and they gave their heart out, but Chuckey-Doak, they got the last second. We talked about it when Chuckey-Doak was getting the ball back. We said a minute and a half is a little bit too much time to give this Chuckey-Doak offense. If you're Claiborne, they gave Chuckey-Doak a minute and a half, and Chuckey-Doak comes out to deliver.
Once more, your final. It's Chuckey-Doak 19, Claiborne 13. We'll take a break. When we come back, we've got your final stats as we exit the Nick Hershey Cardinal Financial scoring recap. That's when the Heritage Community Bank post-game report continues on First Horizon Green Sports Zone.
So why sit on the sidelines when you could be driving a brand new Chevrolet, GMC, or Cadillac from Bachman Bernard in Greenville? Choose from the Silverado, Sierra, Terrain, Acadia, Equinox, Trax, Trailblazer, or Blazer. And wrap yourself in elegance and style while driving a Cadillac, Lyric, or the best vehicle on the planet, the Cadillac Escalade. So don't stumble, bumble, and fumble your way with other dealers. If we don't have it, we'll get it. Make the short trip to Bachman Bernard Chevrolet GMC Cadillac in Greenville, where we will save you money.
Tommie's Plumbing has been in business for 30 years, and we're still growing because we treat our customers like family. We are proud to do any job from kitchen faucet installation to a complete home repipe. Tommie's Plumbing offers warranties on most products installed by our technicians. When the job is done, our friendly professionals make sure to clean up. We invite you to visit our new showroom in Jonesboro to see our quality products for yourself. Tommie's is the only one to call when you need a fast, reliable, professional plumber in the Tri-Cities.
Whether you ride, haul, or work, CNC has what moves you from dirt roads to job sites. We've got the gear to get you there. Hardworking equipment, helpful people, and honest advice. Whether you haul tools, toys, or livestock, CNC Custom Trailers has the equipment you need and the upgrades you want. CNC Custom Trailers, where you're more than just a customer, you're a neighbor.
Looking for a garage door without the long wait? At D&D Garage Door Supplier of Greenville, you'll find Safeway brand garage doors delivered in just 9 business days. Why wait 4 to 6 weeks when your new door could be rolling up sooner? They're your one-stop shop with over 25 years of experience, offering doors, parts, installs, and openers, including LiftMaster motors, overheads, and side mounts. Dealers, go check them out. They've got everything you need to get the job done right. Stop by 107 Bohannon Avenue or call 423-278-0622. D&D Garage Door Supplier. Reliable, trustworthy, and opening doors for you every day.
My dad was born here in 1933. The Terry family has been around East Tennessee since that time, almost 100 years now. Over the past 25 years of my career, I've had the opportunity to represent East Tennesseans all over the country. When we say, let our family help your family, we mean that. That is something we live by here at the Terry Law Firm. You have my word that we will represent your family just like you're part of our family.
An instant classic and one for the ages from the Black Hole, where Chuckey-Doak knocks off Claiborne 19-13 on homecoming night. Just a storybook ending for what was a knockdown, drag-out affair throughout 4 quarters of football. Derek Tarleton, Matthew Palazzo rejoining you from the Black Hole. We have our final stats, and we have our player of the game for you as well. Derek's going to tell you that when we finish up with these stats. But let's hop into these for a moment, because going into that second half, we knew this was a defensive slugfest. Not a lot of yardage, just 280 combined yards through one half of play between these two teams. But Chuckey-Doak, limited chances in that third quarter. They come out in the fourth quarter, 2 touchdowns in the final 2 minutes, 30 seconds to eventually walk off with that game-winning touchdown pass to Dom Honlin. They finished with 244 total yards of offense, 186 of those coming through the air. A Black Knight team that only ran for 9 yards in that second half, and this is how the cookie crumbled. Sophomore quarterback Kipton Ball, where else could you start? He finishes the game 15 of 18 for 186 through the air, 3 touchdowns, that 1 interception, that 1 pick, by the way, his only incompletion in that second half where he went 9 for 10. A sophomore that played well beyond his years tonight, orchestrating those final 2 touchdown drives to lead the Black Knights down, to tie the game at 13, and then to win it at 19-13. Kipton Ball with that phenomenal performance, uber efficient, and his receiving core that also played so well here tonight. The senior, Dom Honlin, comes through, 4 catches for 65 yards and 2 touchdowns, and including that game winner. Dom Atchison, another big night from him, 54 yards through the air. And then Skylar Davis, the sophomore, 73 yards receiving on his 3 grabs, also adding a touchdown. Braden Green, 40 yards rushing on the ground. Marcus Britt chipping in with 17 of his own. Kipton Ball with 9 yards on the ground as his final stat line. But Derek, I mean, the defense who played so phenomenally tonight, Gustavo Alvarez, who forced the fumble, Danny Turberville, who had the forced fumble as well, multiple tackles for loss. Aiden Rourke had that 30-carry performance, but you guys were tested, and you bent, and you battled back, and it was a fight. It was a low-scoring rock fight for the most part of this one, but Chuckey-Doak able to prevail in the end.
Yeah, like you said, low-scoring rock fight. You got to be able to win in a bunch of different ways. We saw Chuckey-Doak early in the year. They won against North Green in fashion of their offense took over. Tonight, it was a completely different ballgame. Defense took over. Offense was struggling the whole game. You know, it was 7-0 at halftime. He was struggling the whole game on offense, but defensively, he was able to come out, able to step up, and able to control the game. Now, obviously, you're not going to control a kid like Aiden Rourke running the football with Claiborne, but he was able to control it just enough to keep this game in reach. And both teams was able to win it throughout the whole game, but Chuckey-Doak ultimately came on top because their defense was able to hold a stand.
I don't mean to jump the gun here on you, but we had to kind of scramble because of that finish. 107 Tire and Service Center player of the game. Do you have one? I mean, I feel like we could pick 5 or 6 after tonight, but do you have one guy that you could spotlight, or maybe several guys? It's up to you.
Yeah, I got one guy that's definitely going to get it. They got 2 guys I'm going to mention real quick. Dominic Hanlon and Danny Turberville are the 2 honorable mentions for this. They both had great cases. Danny Turberville, 3 tackles for losses, had that fumble recovery. He was in the backfield all night long, felt like. Dominic Hanlon was all over the field. Defensively, offensively, obviously catching that touchdown pass from the player who I'm going to say, Kipton Ball. Hey. He is the 107 Tire and Service Center player of the game. He just had an outstanding game. He was slinging the ball. I've not seen him do that yet. I've seen him manage the game. There's a difference between a quarterback who can manage the game and a quarterback who can take over the game, and he took over that game, especially late in that fourth quarter.
Absolutely love the decision. Kipton Ball is your 107 Tire and Service Center player of the game. Black Knights prevail 19-13. They get the first region win of the season. Coming up, we're going to take a look around the region, our Friday night scoreboard. That's next when we return to the Heritage Community Bank post-game report.
In Greenville, we blend beauty with Southern charm. From sharp cuts to flawless color and perfect extensions, we make dream hair real. As milkshake experts, we deliver exclusive treatments, glosses, and pro product advice. Finish your look with nails and waxing done with care. Relax and recharge with our signature Japanese head spa. Come experience the Main Brand difference. At the Main Brand Hair Company,
we wrangle your tangles!
At Marathon Quick Stop Markets, you'll find a company that realizes that our customers are our biggest assets. We are a locally owned company, proud to serve our community. So we do everything with you in mind. We clean and sanitize our stores, provide a well-lit, monitored area to keep you and your family safe. You can always expect a friendly staff and a large selection of products with weekly specials. Stop in at a nearby Marathon Quick Stop Market today.
At many dealerships, you get what you'd expect. Games, gimmicks, and shady sales tactics. At Gateway Nissan in Greenville, expect the unexpected. Low prices, convenient service, and a great buying experience.
Get our Gateway exclusive lifetime powertrain warranty.
No worries for life.
You deserve the unexpected. It's the #1 reason you gotta get to Gateway.
Shop online at GatewayNissanGreenville.com.
Or take the super short drive down Highway 11E to Gateway Nissan in Greenville.
And we welcome you back to a very jubilant Lower Afton where Chuckey-Doak wins on homecoming night 19-13. A walk-off game-winning touchdown pass from Kipton Ball to Dom Honlin. We just talked about it. Kipton Ball, our 107 Tire and Service Center player of the game. We talked about his final stat line, 15 of 18, 186, 3 touchdowns here tonight as the Black Knights prevail. They come from behind, 2 touchdowns the final 2.5 minutes. Now let's take a look at the Friday night scoreboard. A couple of local teams finishing up action. A Region 1 2A final. South Green wins big over Cumberland Gap, 55-6. Credit Sean Jones with his 100th career win over at DeLynn Klein Stadium. So South Green, a big win on the road here tonight. Also an update in Jellicoe where North Green is currently in a dogfight with the Blue Devils. Last updated, it was 19-14. North Green leading by 5 with 6.5 left to go in that fourth quarter. And over in Mossheim, I believe we do have a final. It was Gatlinburg-Pittman 49, West Green 7. And then over in Burley Stadium, another update as David Painter reports on that one. We do have a final in that Greenville and Cherokee game, but last reported it was 49-0 Greenville at halftime. Still looking for a final update on that. Derek, do you have a final line on that Greenville-Cherokee game?
I'm checking right quick. No, I still got it at halftime, 49-0 right now, Greenville.
Okay, well, Greenville leading big, likely going to hold on to win that one over the Chiefs, but you got some other area games in the region that you wanted to get us updated on.
Yeah, Johnson County came in here to Lower Afton last week, was able to get the win over Chuckey-Doak. They're playing right now at Abington, Virginia. They had a little bit of a track to get to there. They're actually trailing in that one in the fourth quarter, 45-22. Elsewhere, Cosby defeats Cloudland 38-22. Sevier County is able to handle business against Cott County 56-0. Jefferson County unfortunately falls to Dobbins-Bennett 21-14. Jefferson County now 4-1 on the season. Dobbins-Bennett's 5-1 on the season. Elizabethton taking care of business against Granger County in the third quarter 49-6. Halftime was the last report. Hancock County was trailing Happy Valley 61-0 in that one. We have a final. Science Hill defeats Morristown East 45-0. Chris Sossman.
Sorry, Chris.
Hold on. Their Volunteer, who Chuckey-Doak faces next week, is likely to move to 5-1 on the season. At halftime was last reported they was leading over Northview Academy 35-0. Seymour was leading at halftime over Sullivan East 21-6. David Crockett falls short tonight, losing to Tennessee High 42-0. That is a final. Hampton defeats Unaka 66-22 on that one. And that's all I got, Matthew.
And then one final score of implications in Region 1 3A. Pigeon Forge falls to 0-6 after dropping 1 at Polk County 28-12. That's your updates, and that's your Friday night scoreboard coming back. Our final thoughts here from the Black Hole when we return and conclude our broadcast here for the Bachman Bernard Game of the Week presented by Tommie's Plumbing.
Whether you ride, haul, or work, CNC has what moves you from dirt roads to job sites. We've got the gear to get you there. Hard-working equipment, helpful people, and honest advice. Whether you haul tools, toys, or livestock, CNC Custom Trailers has the equipment you need and the upgrades you want. CNC Custom Trailers, where you're more than just a customer, you're a neighbor.
At Food City, we make it easy for you to shop your way. Order online and pick it up curbside, or have it delivered straight to your door with Instacart or DoorDash. Nobody does food like Food City. And now get it straight from our doors to yours.
Value every day, Food City.
And for one final time, we welcome you back to Lower Afton, where Chuckey-Doak pulls through in the end. A walk-off game winner, 19-13, our final here on homecoming night. The Black Knights win for the first time in region play this season. Taking a look at what's to come for the Black Knights, they'll move and get beyond 500. 4-3 now. Will break the 3-game losing skid, more importantly, and will notch a win in region play for the first time this year. Next week, they'll finish up their 3-game homestand, like you just mentioned, Derek, at home against Volunteer before ending the season on the road. A 2-game spell at Pigeon Forge and at Gatlinburg-Pittman. But a non-conference game against a 4A opponent in Volunteer. That's what's for Chuckey-Doak. For Claiborne, they will remain winless on the year. 0-6 they fall to. Coming up for them, they'll hit the road at Dobbins-Bennett. That's a tough non-conference game in Week 8 as well. But Chuckey-Doak gets the win tonight, 19-13. Derek, just wanted your final thoughts. The unlikeliness of it all, the fireworks late, the low-scoring first half, just anything you got in what has been a tremendous night of football.
It's been a really great night of football for us. Unexpected. We knew this game was going to be a dogfight coming in, though. You had that feeling, homecoming coming in. Claiborne wanted to upset Chuckey-Doak on homecoming. Chuckey-Doak wanting to keep homecoming sacred, keep their home field advantage there. And this was also a region battle. This was a big region battle. Claiborne now, fortunately, moves to 0-6. They was 0-5 coming into this game. Chuckey-Doak on a 3-game losing skid. Both teams needed this win, and I think this still builds both teams' confidence up moving forward.
Absolutely, and it's a tough stretch like we talked about for Chuckey-Doak. You do face Pigeon Forge that second to last week, who is winless, so a win there and you're locked into the playoffs, but this certainly helps your chances. And Claiborne still having to go on the road at Cumberland Gap and then at Pigeon Forge before ending their season. They also have 4 games left on the season. They already had a bye week earlier in the year, so they'll have Dobbins-Bennett and then Unicoi Gap and then Pigeon Forge. So for them, 2 more region games. Unicoi, a tough out. We've already faced them, us being Chuckey-Doak, and then Pigeon Forge for them. That one could decide, depending on how the Chuckey-Doak Pigeon Forge game goes, on who gets into the playoffs or not. That could be, if Chuckey-Doak were to lose, say, to Pigeon Forge, a determinant and maybe a 3-way tie for 4th place.
Yeah, and that's right now the best situation that Claiborne can have in this position. They're going to hope that Pigeon Forge can figure out a way to get over Chuckey-Doak. Chuckey-Doak now holds their own destiny. You beat Pigeon Forge, you're pretty much in. So now that's what Chuckey-Doak wanted. Last year, they was not like that. Last year, they was, we got to hope that this team's going to win so that way we can get in. This year, they hold their own destiny. Now they have a shot to get to the postseason. Claiborne now is going to have to sit back and watch, take care of business when they can take care of business. But ultimately, they're just going to have to sit back and watch and hope that Pigeon Forge beats Chuckey-Doak.
Well, looking for some final updates. South Green, Greenville likely winners here tonight. North Green leading on the road at Jellicoe, last updated by Tate Russell. But for all recaps of all county games here tonight and Greenville, you can head to our website, greensportzone.com. You'll find a full write-up and full photo gallery from tonight's homecoming win for the Black Knights. You can see it all there, including coach and player reactions on our social media, Twitter page, Instagram, and YouTube, Facebook, anything you could imagine, including a rewatch of today's stream, our Bachman Bernard Game of the Week presented by Tommie's Plumbing. The full homecoming experience. Pre-game, you had the homecoming festivities. Reagan Berryhill named senior homecoming queen. You had the former players and coaches honored at halftime. Back here for homecoming for our alma mater. You know, we don't get to be homers every Friday night. Obviously, we want to stay unbiased, but when you're playing against an out-of-county school, I mean, Chuckey-Doak gets the win tonight in the most dramatic of fashions, coming from behind and getting the win on homecoming night, no less. Your final thoughts on what has been the homecoming to remember?
Yeah, I mean, you know, obviously you and I both have went to school here. We've been here for 4 years. Obviously, you got memories of Friday nights, whether you played in it, I was sitting in the student section watching it. You always had memories for it. And this game, Chuckey-Doak driving, you couldn't help but get excited for this game. Obviously, we're going to stay unbiased. We're not going to just cheer for one side. But when Chuckey-Doak's driving, obviously you're going to get a little bit extra juice in it. You're going to be like, man, they got a shot. And when they get it, you know, the game's done, you can just have that sigh of relief saying, man, they just controlled the game and controlled their field here for homecoming. And that's exactly what Chuckey-Doak did.
It's just one of those games, got you on your feet up until the very end. And once more, your final. It's Chuckey-Doak 19, Claiborne 13. Black Knights win for the first time in region play. They get above 500. They'll be right back here at home next Friday, October 10th. It's my brother's birthday, against Volunteer before they end the season on a 2-game road stretch. Chuckey-Doak 4-3 now after winning a tough one on a Friday night against the region foe. To wrap up our entire broadcast here tonight, for Johnny Painter down on the field taking pictures, Jimmy Bowman, who came in later to try to get some videos, for Brian Staten and Tyler Nichols, and then the 3 coaches we heard from beforehand, for Coach Kaler, for Coach Tilson, and for Coach Monroe. For Scott Anthony, delivering beautiful imagery on the airways here tonight for us on the TV side of things. For Derek Tarleton for the analysis, I'm Matthew Palazzo saying so long, good night, and God bless from Lower Afton.
Green Sports Zone, in partnership with First Horizon Bank, presents the Bachman Bernard Green Sports Zone TV Game of the Week, presented by Tommie's Plumbing. Brought to you by Bachman Bernard Chevy Buick GMC Cadillac. At Bachman Bernard, they go the extra mile to see you smile. By Tommie's Plumbing. If you got a leak, let Tommie take a peek. The Marathon Quick Stop Markets. Run in when you run out. CNC Custom Trailers, where you're more than just a customer, you're a neighbor. Gateway Ford Nissan. Buy local and save thousands at Gateway Ford Nissan. D&D Garage Door Supplier. Reliable, trustworthy, and opening doors for you every day. Casper's Wrecker Service. Providing quick towing to East Tennessee since 1992. Open 24 hours a day. Tusculum Body Shop since 1963. Come see them for all your auto body needs. Main Brand Hair Company. Go experience the Main Brand difference. Food City. Value every day. The Terry Law Firm. The Terry Law Firm fights for you. Small town firm, big city know-how. Terry's Flooring. Add value to your home by seeing Popsy and his team. The 107 Tire Center, your neighborhood tire and auto experts. The IHOP at the TA Travel Center, exit 36 in Bayleton. 70 and Summer Coin Laundry, Greenville's first in-class laundromat. State Representative David Hawk, proud, unwavering, conservative leadership. Bayleton Drug Company, where you're a neighbor, not a number.